Happy Father's Day. Walking around the house singing, I love it when you call me Big Papa. Fam, you know what? It's late in the evening. I shamelessly came in because eating and everything else. I work out after I got through eating because I overdid it. It's easy to overdo it, man. That's what I think about holidays. Everything centers around the food and eating. I ain't complaining. I'm just saying, So, happy Father's Day to you. Actually, I just called this meeting particularly just because I wanted to get together. I hate missing the days that we always get together because then I got to wait too many days before I come back again. So I said, you know what? Okay, got to do Sunday, Monday Night Raw. I can't stand it because I got to talk 49 football. This is our year. There's a Rams fan here talking about the Rams going to win. No, it's our time. It's time. But yeah, the Niners locker room has talent from one end of the facility to the other. This is why I did a part 2 on breakout seasons because we could do breakouts probably like week after week for a while. I mean, the facility's got talent, ain't no doubt about that. GM John Lynch, assisted by both Adam Peters and Martin Mayhew, who is now, as you know, the GM of the Washington football team, along with Coach Shanahan, have assembled an overall group of players that has to be right there with the NFL best. Ain't no doubt about it. You look at the 49ers, maybe have a little weaker per here, but the next one is like way more powerful than everybody else. Get too strong. Maybe one guy that's he can hang with everybody, but he ain't better. That's it. That's the kind of assembly talent we got going. Fam, from that point on, it's all about the coaching, all about the instruction, all about the execution. We do execution. When everybody's home, we do execution. And also maturity is settled in over the collection of Niners talents since and before Lynch and Shanahan arrived. Tonight, taking your phone calls for your predictions of Niners who will be redefining their names and careers with performances during the 2021 season that won't be soon forgotten. It gives me it makes me want to holler. See, I guarantee this season there's going to be a whole lot of ooh la la. Ooh la 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 la. I really missed doing that last year. JJ, I passed you the backwood, man. Give it, and don't hog it. Pass it back. Fam, let me get right down into this so we can get to the phone because I don't know. People are busy with the holiday. But anyway, on this particular subject of breakout players for 2021 Part 2, you would have to consider 2 of the players that are currently out with injury to be on that list. It would be easy to predict both Jeffrey Wilson Jr. and Timor maybe we're ready to explode this year to that next level. See, because when I say maturity's falling over these guys, they've been around it. They know it. There's no such thing. Now when they play fast, it's natural to them. They're not trying to hurry up. They know what they're doing, right? So I figured, you know what? Jeffrey Wilson was a bad dude last year. And the year before, to be exact, Jeffrey Wilson was going to come in this year and just destroy stuff. Damn it, he had to get hurt. And Timor, same thing. I assume that Timor would also blossom this year due to the fact he's learned all he needs to learn. Now he needs to go ahead and apply it. Get comfortable with it. Get out there and go for what you know. This is where these guys were. So but despite those unfortunate losses, there will be players who break out in a big way in 2021. Some players are finally getting the chance to assume greater roles, while others have already made their impact known across the league. But for one reason or another, they just haven't quite gotten the recognition they deserve. We have several players like that. That may change this season. Some players are going to wind up making a bigger name for themselves over the course of the 2021 season, starting with, don't get mad, fam, and this is personal with me, because when everybody else gave up on him, I refused to, as I've become known to do. You know the Ronbo motto, when the masses hate, Ronbo can't relate. I ain't gonna stop doing that. You know this. I'm always gonna trust my own instinct. But J-Dub, people hated the Dub and wanted him out of here now. I don't know, y'all. That boy can play some ball. I've been around dudes that can play, that can be misunderstood. Maybe they got hurt. Maybe got problems at home. You know, when you go to school or anything. Maybe his girlfriend is pissing him off. There could be every number, but that dude can play some ball. I knew it. Dub. I'm 7-year pro safety. Throughout his tenure, Jimmy Ward with the team. Ward has been a valuable asset to the Niners. Yes, I know about the bumps and bruises seasons. Everybody does. People wanted him out of here because of it. But my dude appeared in 78 games during his career. Dub has been a huge benefit to the organization when it's counted. Now going into his third season, by the way, without an injury setback. I'm just saying. You know, you got to wait a minute sometimes. Patience sometimes. I know this is what have you done for me now, League, but you know, some guys deserve the benefit of a doubt. Instead of revamping the entire secondary, the Niners have the flexibility to only add pieces around, Mr. Hybrid himself, Jimmy Ward. I affectionately preferred him as J-Dub. So when you say J-Dub, I'm talking about Mrs. Ward's baby boy, Jimmy. To be honest, the one big knock, and I admitted to it, on Dub, aside from an unfortunate injury history that brought some intense hate, has been his lack of generating TOs. Yeah, Dub, yeah. I'll go along with that. Up to this point in his career, Ward has just 2 total INTs, 4 forced fumbles. Trez used to love to call me on that. Ronbo, man. Let me how to do my Trez. Ronbo. Ward's got 2 INTs in a full career. I don't know how you go talk about that as being something specifically good. I could, that's when I get B-slapped back. I can't even say nothing. That's true. 4 forced fumbles and 2 fumble recoveries. Okay, you know what? That's not good. I agree. Despite his lack of creating extra possessions for the team, no Dub has excelled at being more of a leader and somewhat of an enforcer for a young Niners D. And when that key play has to be made, there he is. Dub. Damn. Good stop. Because that play was already done. And he came out of nowhere and made that play. That boy's instincts have arrived. The Niners have done a solid job of retaining most of their talent pieces for the secondary. However, without a true veteran presence to stabilize this young group, guys in the locker room will look to lean probably on Dub. They may sign Sherm. We got a few weeks before the 49ers are going to think about that. I imagine they may already be a done deal that they're just not saying anything about yet because they don't want to hear anything from anybody else about, oh, why'd you sign him? But they're going to wait. I don't know what Sherm's going to do. But anyway, this may be where the notion of him having to take over the role of a-hole, as far as Dub goes, may be stemming from, is my guess on that. Dub's a great communicator for the defense, possesses extremely sound technique, and has the ability to jump inside and play slot corner if needed. There's no place you can't put Dub on the field in the secondary. I know he's not going to be excellent, everyone, but in a pinch, if I need somebody to cover the corner, go with Dub. If I need somebody in the slot, he's very good at the slot. And safety. So put in that order, safety, slot, corner. Got Dub. He's that guy, that utility guy, that if I need, I can throw him over there. So if Jason Verrett goes down, you can bet Dub's going to get sent over there. He ain't going to want to go, but he'll go do it. So I'm putting myself down on record for seeing the Dub coming up in 2021 as being, Pro Bowl time. Oh, man. And also, hey, DJ Jones. I predicted this last season on Jones due to the exit of DeForest Buckner. It never happened, of course, due to a year we all want to forget, 2020. But, fast forward, he still had a solid year. Let me. I'm going to try again with this prediction, though. The breakout season was just a good season in 2020. Will be 2021 continued by a higher level. For Mrs. Jones, baby boy, DJ. Man, Dad is one. I should give his dad credit. Dad is one who makes that great barbecue sauce. The player has an uncanny knack for clogging up space in the trenches and pursuing the ball carrier with a ruthless and brutal high motor. During games in this upcoming season, watch Jones. If you never get a chance, because a lot of times most of us isolate on the offensive play taking place by the other team. Watch Jones. I mean, I could be wrong because a lot of people don't. A lot of people do watch our defense when they're performing out there. It is plain fun to watch Nick. With Nick, this is why when you're watching the game with Nick, you can actually lose track of what's going on the rest of the field just watching the corner of the screen and watching what looks like an all-out war coming from one side of the field where you're seeing bodies moving quickly and getting knocked off balance. And you see like this. You ever watch the Tasmanian Devil, Warner Brother cartoons? You know when you see Tasmanian Devil, that cloud of dust around him flying and all, you don't see nothing but the dust flying, and all of a sudden he'll stop and stand up. The dust drops. That's Nick. Bodies flying. That's why I have to revert back to my song. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the fly. It's Nick, man. That's gonna be Nick's. That's gonna be Nick's theme. That's Nick. But anyway, fam, watch Jones and try to count how many times you see an old lineman take him out of a play. It never happens. I mean, Jones, another brilliant scouting discovery, was a 6th-round pick back in the 2017 NFL draft. And since then, DJ has emerged as one of the unsung heroes along that D-line. And in fact, I have a feeling that he played the Super Bowl, it may have made a little bit of a difference. Now the holding penalties may have changed. We still have Forrest Buckner and Mr. Sack leader that year, or Eric Armstead in the middle. But Jones still brought a different element. Everybody that was missing the Super Bowl probably would have had a different impact on the game. And like I said, what if, I don't know if he's ready yet, because earlier in the season it didn't look like he was. What if Jason Verrett, the one we know now, shows up in the Super Bowl? We win that. Guaranteed. And remember that 2019 game versus the Saints? Alvin Kamara was contained all game long. And it wasn't just DJ, but DJ, who sustained an injury during the course of the contest, dealt with one of the league's best ball carriers, and Kamara, with a bad leg that set him back for the remainder of the season. DJ Jones stepped in the front of the class. I got you on my list, brah. DJ's appeared in 44 games with the Niners. He does have injury concerns. And the 2020 season was his most productive so far, racking up 3 quarterback sacks, 7 tackles for losses. Hey, when I say quarterback sacks for nose tackle, that's serious. 3 times. And if he played the whole time, one of those sacks, by the way, was Russell Wilson. 7 tackles for losses and playing in 14 games, the most of his career, that was last year, has propelled Jones' value to the team. In fact, was concerned for Jones to be a cap casualty, but Niners knew better, and DJ isn't going anywhere. He will be back for the 2021 run. So Seahawks, yeah. Sorry, Jones. If the Niners continue to get healthy along with all the new additions acclimating themselves into the system, Jones should get a lot more opportunities to wreak absolute havoc. Yes, you can expect his numbers to substantially increase this year, and mainly because of his special forces like, I'm talking berets, SEALs, Marines, running mates designated for return this year. If that happens, the Niners just may find themselves back in serious championship contention. I don't care about Matthew Stafford. I really don't. And the Hawks, 49ers have had enough about the Hawks. So, yeah. And next, a lot of people are talking about Ross Dwelling. I'll put him on the Ronbo list as well. Mind-bending defenses will likely be the strength of this team, fam. You know, this is the year that Kyle Shanahan finally comes out from the shadow of his own defense. This man is the one who puts the ass kick in offense. That's why I'm thinking, you know, this could be the time. As even the chief cook and bottle washer of the tight end, Rome George Kittle, will tell you, as he seems to have developed an obsession for Nick Bosa. See, the defense, everybody talks about that defense, Kyle. You know his ego is back there. Sitting at home by himself. I love my defense, but I'm Kyle Shanahan, man. Teams got to be concerned about what I do. I can see Kyle having that talk with himself. However, one cannot skip acknowledging one of the most innovative offenses in the league. They cannot. When guys are healthy and firing on all cylinders, we've seen how quickly a role player can elevate his status to a household name in a matter of games, as was the case with Ross Dwelly. RD showed up to camp looking as if he himself had been working out with Nicky B. Big and looking chiseled out of rock like a Greek god. Look at Ross! Hey, it's as if RD knows his time is here. Time is now. You can't see him. His time is now. Hey, the Niners meanwhile signed on veteran journeyman tight end McCole Pruitt. RD will make sure that Pruitt stays in reserve mode this season, as this will be an RD breakout year. And you know what? I got no fear. I got a feeling this is his year. McDaniel's going to be changing some things. Not a whole lot, because they've all got to be gone by through and authorized through Kyle Shanahan. But I got a feeling you're going to see more Juice. That's another thing I wanted to add on the list. But Juice, man, how much farther can Juice break out? The man's been in the Pro Bowl every damn year. That's why I didn't put his name on the list. You know? I mean, I could go on for hours with this, but I'm also including Dre Greenlaw on my list. I did last time, too. But because Greenlaw is just an amazing dude to me, man. I don't know how with him, it's all fire and desire. He's got talents, but the dude is just amazing sometimes. So, fam, who you got? You agree with my list? You want to add somebody else? You know, let's just talk some ball. Tommy Huck says the Lions are and will always be in rebuild. In other words, they are trash. Not in other words, those are the perfect ones. Tommy, thanks for the contribution. John Burr has a rebuttal. Detroit wins week 1. Niner fans will holla, start Lance. Keep dreaming there, buddy. Keep dreaming. Y'all ain't got nothing to offer, and you got a quarterback we've been whooping his ass for how long? And his team around him now is worse than it was in L.A. K-Rod Pitterford. Don, you wish you had a Lance to start. He wishes he had anything beyond what he's got. I love it every year. And this is early. People usually wait until near season. This dude comes in 2 months in advance to get beat up. Oh, you gotta love it. Thanks for the contributions, guys. Hey, Kieran Pitterford, Jersey. He said, I'm ready for our 6th Super Bowl ring this year. Oh man, it's way overdue. This is why I know Jimmy's gonna raise hell this year. This is it. It's ring or bust. Playoffs is nothing. Jimmy knows. He's got the skill. He's got the weapons. Go get them. Daniel Andre, hey, Verrett wins 9 in teams. Bosa with 12 sacks. Ooh, yeah. Trey Sermon has a 1,000-yard back. And Ayuk, a 1,000-yard year. Yes. Malik Beast. Nick Bosa, I hope he balls out. Ohio State fan. Andrew Martinez, happy Father's Day. Hey, Andrew, back at you, fam. M Blaster 6054. Ronbo, you never gives me a shout out. M Blaster, I'm sorry, man. I should go down through the list sometimes when I want to get started because I'm usually late. Fam, man, come on, man, me and you, man. We family. Russo, I recorded a video today with Steve and Dickie, and the audio cut out, so it will be delayed on my channel. We are going to record again the next 2 days. Keep an eye and click it. Go ahead, get to Russo SF49. Russo SF49, you'll see it. Click up, subscribe, and get ready. Russo, and you know what? I'm going to check this out. I'm going to go see the delay. Matty S. Hey, yo, Rumble, shout out from beautiful Bend, Oregon, and go Niners. Yes, it's gonna be a red and gold year, 'cause we got no absolute fear. Niners holding the situation today. I think it happened this week. Niners gonna get out. I don't know who it was, but they're gonna hold setups for kids to come in and get shots. 49ers, man, you need community. Because, you know what? It's going to be 100% fans can come in this year. So we're looking good. So they're not going to stop nothing this year. Hey, Tommy! Get in there, Tommy!
I'm number 1.
Yeah, you are. And you
Donald the Burr isn't even numbered.
Don, poor
Uh,
guy. Don't you feel sorry for him though, Tommy? You could take it easy on the poor fella. He's a Detroit Lions fan.
imagine,
That's sad.
imagine being a Lions fan.
I know.
0 Super Bowl wins. Have they even been to a Super Bowl? Nope.
No.
But if they got rid of that trash can, Patricia, I mean, that's a good step right there. But
Poor guy. He was supposed to be a fabled Patriot coach. One of the guys that had one of the best defenses in the league for a long time. See, everybody's not a head coach, Tommy. That's all there is to it. He came in there with the Belichick-isms, and the players couldn't relate. Hey, man, you're not Bill Belichick. Why don't you just be you?
I don't even think Bill Belichick was a great coach. He's just a defensive coordinator. Without Tom Brady, would he have won all the Super Bowls?
Hey, Tommy, that's going to be put under the microscope this year, too. Brady's got an arsenal of talents over there. If he loses now, it was Tom Brady was the reason they did as well as they did. That's why Tom left. And he got a trophy right away. Jesus Christ. Immediately he goes and gets another Lombardi. It's kind of bothering, but can't take it away from him.
Yeah.
That's all right. Tommy, man, who you got, man? Did I miss anybody on the breakouts?
Well, I think Evicon's going to be the.
Oh,
I don't know if you said him or not.
I did not. Any reason why you expect that?
He's relentless after your quarterback, and he plays all games.
Never gets
He's
hurt.
just a tremendous athlete. Nope.
Man.
And he's going to contain all the mobile quarterbacks.
Yeah, see,
He was good.
I think that's why they picked him up as well. He may be D Ford light, but you know what? If you start running, you're gonna get hurt. So therefore, I like this idea of putting him out there. He's quick, reflexes are quick. This is a guy that jumped up and made an INT just a few yards away from the line of scrimmage. You know what kind of cat-like reflexes that takes, Tommy?
Yeah.
I could.
I think he's going to be D Ford, just like D Ford, but
A little more athletic, actually.
but he's going to be healthy, and then he can actually do the key to keeping.
Tommy, we lost you.
Not to practice him because he gets hurt at practice.
You're talking about D? Yeah. Yeah, Tommy, where you're talking from, it's not the same spot as usual. Normally, you come in loud and clear the whole time. Tommy?
What's that?
Yeah, are you back
man.
where you
What
normally
is
are?
wrong with
Normally,
this
you come in loud and clear through your whole conversation. Okay, go ahead.
I take my earphones out.
Oh, yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's much better.
What's going on with those? This is a brand new phone.
I know. Don't you hate
I don't
that?
know what's the. I think it's the headphones. I need to get new headphones. But I have my wireless. I don't have them hooked up right now.
Yeah, for some reason, there's always a delay on those. I don't know why. Maybe the phone system or something. But anyway, Tommy, yeah, I like your choice because you know what? Ibokam, I'm going to call him Sosa because I don't want to abuse his name. But, the guy's reflexes are quick. And also he's got speed, which is the number one thing. And a lot like Ford. So we're gonna see something special from him. Pretty sure of that.
Definitely.
And so is Don
Yeah,
Burr.
and everybody. He's relentless he's at every Niners chat. He's just like, he's like my little brother now.
Yeah.
He's like following me. He's following me around like he's my little brother. He is my little brother. He's only 40.
See, the thing about Don, he's the fear factor is overwhelming. What I don't understand is, Tom, if I thought we were going to play Tampa Bay game one, you would stop. I would actually lower my bravado. I mean, I'm not going to show fear, but I'm sure as hell not going to be running around at Tampa Bay chat saying, "Coming in to kick your ass this year." No, no, I'm not going to do that. That just to me sounds foolish.
We can take the Lions lightly because we're not playing the game, but The Niners can, of course, because they do have a good offensive line, but they don't have any receivers. They don't know. They have a good tight end, and they don't have any running backs either that are worth a damn.
That's not it. See,
So
Tommy, when you just those things alone make it very difficult. A good offensive line is probably not going to be enough to stop the 49ers front.
I know we have a great
it-
defensive line, so
yeah.
that cancels that out right there.
Yep.
And I don't know if you heard the malarkey from Grant Cohn, respect to Grant, of course, and Last Second Sports. They say that Lance is going to start week 1, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
And they said he's already learned the playbook. Are you freaking out? Are you kidding me right now?
A lot of people
He's learned the
think
entire playbook.
that. In 3 weeks or a month. Yeah.
I
A
don't
lot of
care if
people
he's a
think that.
savant.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a savant.
Yeah.
He's very smart.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell, I don't care how smart you are, you can't learn that entire playbook of Kyle Shanahan's, like we discussed before. Very complicated, complex.
That's more about not liking Jimmy.
Like a woman's mind.
Yeah. Tom, did you ever see there's this post put up one time where it was just a big meme. It went around the world, every guy related. The book started from the floor, and it stood the guy's to his chest on the book on Try to Understand Women.
Oh, God.
You'll be reading for a long time. And by the time you're 80 years old, you'll understand women if you can actually take examinations and pass all the tests provided from the information in this book. So I quit. I just go ahead and, just let it roll in, roll out, and just keep rolling with the punches. You got to learn to flow. So,
Yeah. Well, I don't wear the pants here. My
It's okay.
Aunt Oath, she tells me what to do.
It's okay. Tommy, you know what? A lot of guys won't admit to it, but that's the case in just about every guy's house. Guys,
Yeah.
guys out the bar talking shit. They're lying.
All right. Well, shout out to Don Bird's beard. It's pretty
Yeah.
long. You saw it?
No, I got it. Somebody post him up. If you got a photo, I've never seen Don Burr.
He's not a bad looking person. I mean,
Just
I've seen
doesn't have
worse.
good sense.
No, he's just. I don't know. I think he's just super delusional, or he's just maybe ate paint chips as a kid. I don't know.
Stiff as glue. Tommy, I'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great night, fam.
All right.
Our best to Anna Maria, too. All right,
Will
fam.
do. Take care. Bye.
Oh, God. Tommy, the blues man. Check him out on Facebook, man. You think I'm kidding? Tommy can play a guitar, but that dude rages on that guitar. Hey, Brittany! Come on in, Brittany!
Hey, Ronbo.
Brittany, we're having fun here tonight, looking at the future. Because we could do this. We could do this every other week, actually, with the Breakout guys. Last time it was guys that everybody, I forget who we had, but I know this time. I went ahead and put J-Dub. I almost thought about him last year because I said Jimmy Ward has been, just on the border of becoming a Pro Bowler for the last 2 seasons. And then, of course, I said, DJ Jones, he doesn't get enough love. DJ Jones is a force when he's in the middle. He comes in and there's no let up in the pressure. I don't care who was at the nose or who was at Givens and all the other guys we got street. These guys, they're good. But Jones has established himself as a bad boy. And, of course,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
so, and Ross Dwelly, look out for Ross. Brittany, this is it. Dwelly's about to surface as a force. Oh, yeah. Did I leave anybody out? You endorse those guys? What are you thinking?
I definitely endorse those guys. I'm trying to think, who else you didn't mention.
Mm-hmm.
I know one for sure that you didn't mention, and you already mentioned Sampson, so that's good.
Yeah.
But you forgot Fred's partner in crime, Dre Greenlaw. I think he's going to have a breakout season.
I actually mentioned him last time, and I mentioned him again this time. So look out for Greenlaw. Look out for Dre. I think so, too.
I keep remembering from 2019 that last play that got us the first round bye in the playoffs. It's like I want to see that Greenlaw back because that was the one that got us that close. It was the one that got us all the way to the championship and to the Super Bowl. So I
And
was like, I want that Greenlaw.
he loves playing against the Hawks. That's not the first play he's made. He's made several.
Mm-hmm. It's like when he plays the Seahawks, he comes alive. So it's like I want to see that for every team we play, especially our rivals, not just the Seahawks. I want to see it for the Rams, for the Cardinals. Like,
And you know what was really blasphemy at the time when Dre came in after Quan went down? And all of us were, some of us admitted to it, but I was afraid, and lots of others were afraid. You watched Dre play his lateral pursuit. He did not miss tackles. And you said, you know what? 49ers may get rid of Quan. People were joking because Dre Greenlaw don't cost as much money. And I'll be damned if he ain't out playing Quan. And I just sat back, shots fired. So because Quan was the dude. Quan was running around. So, I mean, yeah, everybody loved Quan. So,
it's like when he went down, you saw just Greenlaw come in and step up to the plate and really help dominate along with the defense. So I'll admit I was a little bit like that too with Quan, but then when you just see Greenlaw play, you're like, whoa, I was not expecting that.
And felt confident every week that even though Quan's out, but we got to back up here, don't we?
The other thing with the previous caller also said, I just hope that Grant does eat his words because he put out some video saying it's time to say bye. Grant, please be prepared to eat your words if you see just Jimmy flying out of here left and right, bullets everywhere. Just eat your words.
But the other thing is, I don't understand. Grant he was criticizing Lance's passes last time he did a report, and now he's got him starting week 1. So Grant goes back and forth just for effect. He knows what he's doing. Grant, see, everybody's talking about it. It works. He's a master at that. Grant will say something today, and then he'll say this tomorrow, and now he said, come on, Grant. That works. Impact. It's brilliant.
He's not my favorite person. I'll admit that.
Brittany, have you ever heard of Howard Stern, the shock jock?
I have.
See, Howard Stern is similar in the way that he says things that grab immediate. Howard Stern has 2 audiences: people that love him and people that hate him. There's nobody in between. I'm actually Grant's in between. I don't hate him. I kind of like Grant for his professionalism and what he does. I can't do that because everybody would see right through me, but he looks sincere when he's saying those things, and that's what works for him. Yeah. So, hats off.
I don't know. I don't know. Who else did you not mention? I'm trying to think. Who else did you not mention that could have a breakout season?
You see, I came close to saying Mike McGlinchey, but I didn't want to make anybody mad. Or I could probably hear the boos. But Brittany, honestly, Mike McGlinchey could be that other guy that I'm not mentioning. I want to wait.
Just thinking McGlinchey.
Yeah. I want to wait until week 1 at least.
What about preseason?
Okay. That'll be fair. Because if you wait until week 1, it's no big deal. Mike McGlinchey comes out raising hell, and PFF rates him as a top offensive lineman that week. Then you say, oh, come on, man. You can't say it now because you didn't say anything before the season started. So get out of here with that. I don't want to go through that. Brittany, you want to do it? Should we both do it?
We could.
Okay, so Michael gets
I
on
don't
the list.
know. I don't know. I mean, he did put back on weight, so that's at least a good thing that he's trying to improve from last year. So I'm in the let's see what happens mode.
Okay. Because I want if I could keep my record intact, because I got
Hmm.
Dante Pettis and Witherspoon on my list of guys that I was totally wrong about. I don't want to
Right.
put Mike on there, but it'll add 3.
Yeah, no, I don't want to put him there either.
But if he does make it pretty, we'll be his biggest supporters, right? Because I don't
Yeah.
dislike him because he's good for a run game. We can run behind him all day
Hmm.
long. He's one of the best in the game, so you got to love him for that. Kyle likes to run. Okay, we got a guy that can make that happen on both
But
sides.
pass blocking, just gotta improve on that. That's it. Pass blocking, because that was the biggest letdown.
Okay, you know what though? I'm thinking offensively, Kyle's got to address that. Okay, on certain passing downs, George Kittle's got to be on the field.
Hmm.
He's already got a moose next
Yeah.
to him that can make sure that nothing gets to the inside. Kittle can make sure on
Oh.
the edges. You know, I
Hmm.
think this we can band-aid this, and then Michael get embarrassed and say, "You know what? Okay, listen, coach, I don't need any help over here." You know, at some point, he'll get it
Right.
done.
Hmm.
God, Mike, have some shame. Work on your feet. Get some footwork. God, you know what he should do, Britt? He should take ballet lessons.
Hmm.
You know, football players don't want to get caught doing that, but it'll
I
help the
think a lot
footwork.
of them should take ballet because it can help them be lighter on their feet.
Coordination increases. There's a lot of things.
Yes.
You just don't want anybody to walk by and catch you at nearly 300 pounds wearing a tutu.
Hmm.
Doesn't look good. So we'll see.
No, it does not.
Brittany, always great to hear from you. Well, so I'll tell you what, I'll see you on Twitter, all right? Between now and
Okay.
tomorrow.
Yes.
All right.
All
Night,
right.
Brittany.
Good night.
God. And here he comes. Ice, ice, baby. Too cold, too cold. Ice, ice, baby. Too cold. Ice!
Yo, what's up, man?
Ice, man, I'm spotlighting dudes that are getting ready. It's funny because Mike McGlinchey become a lightning rod for this subject often, you know. And we may be saying it. We may be singing praises for the big Mike midway through the season. Hey, Mike, you got a speaker open. It's feedbacking.
Okay, hold on.
Right.
All right, we good?
Yeah. So we may become
God.
midway through the season, we'll be saying things like, man, look at Mike McGlinchey. Boy, I ain't gave up no sacks. It's week 8. And we was back in June talking about, man, ain't nobody putting Mike McGlinchey on no breakout list. You know, and all of a sudden Mike is like the dude.
Well,
weird things
you know,
happen.
You know what, man? People gotta remember. You know what it is, dog?
What is
When
it?
it comes to him, man, you know something? When I felt like this. With some guys, some offensive linemen play better under certain quarterbacks. I don't know why.
No,
but
no, it's true. And you,
You know?
excellent point. Amplifying that. I'm going to piggyback on it too. Go ahead.
Because you look at what happened when everybody got hurt last year, and we was going through these different quarterbacks. Okay, different quarterbacks play different ways. So,
Right.
like we had these 2 backups last year, and they both are 2 totally different quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the offensive lineman is gonna react differently because they're not used to being on the field with these backups on a regular basis.
Yep.
So that happens to all offensive linemen. I mean, it's just part of this. Because think about it. The Super Bowl year, he had a good season. Right or wrong?
Pretty much. He
Who
wasn't
was
bad.
on the center? Okay, who was on the center?
That was Ben Garland.
Jimmy.
Oh,
No,
I thought you meant
Jimmy
the
G.
playing center. Yeah, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy G. So he's accustomed to playing with Jimmy. He knows how he moves. He knows how he's going to react. He knows how, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to get a different mindset. You know what I'm saying? Has nothing to do with physicality. Nothing to do with it at all. It's all mental. So he's thinking, well, I know what Jimmy G is going to do. So actually it just becomes natural after a period of time. So when there's a change of quarterback, then different things happen. If you look across the whole NFL, that happens to all backups when they come into the game, because offensive linemen is like it's not the same. It's not the same, chemistry. So we can look at that differently.
It's true. And also, you you get different. There's been some great offensive lines where the quarterback couldn't make his decision, couldn't go through his reads fast enough. Jimmy's got one of the quickest releases in the NFL, right? So now,
Correct.
if I'm Mike McGlinchey, I got to just mentally, I got to tell myself, I got to just make sure. Count one, count two, keep this guy back, keep him back, keep him back. But now, if I don't know what's going to happen to me behind my back, I'm working my ass off out here. Those guys never throw the quarterback under the bus. Why? Because it's not his job to do that.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
When our backups was in there last year, how long did they hold the ball? Forever.
Yeah.
They hold the ball forever.
No.
So I don't care any NFL team. You cannot. It don't matter. And then you can look at Tom Brady, for instance. You cannot have this guy. You can't hold these dudes that long, man. These defenses are no fucking jokes. They ain't no joke.
That's true. You get rid of the ball.
Get
rid of the ball.
Look at the guy. Exactly. I'm gonna give you an example, and I'm not no Rams fan. But that defensive in there guy, he's a beast. He's nothing to play with. So you think about it. You're gonna get this. Come on, man. You know you gotta get the ball quickly.
Yeah. And I mean, the guy's trying to play against Aaron Donald, standing back there looking around. He's going to be.
Hell, man, come on. You stand back and look around with Aaron Donald, man. That boy's gonna be in your lap.
So
you think they don't think like that with Nick Bosa? That's why they get rid of the ball quick, because they know Nick is coming.
I mean,
that's the first thing in mind. Listen, we know he over there on that side, and you know,
even if you double team him,
yeah, double team him. Breakout season, man. I still say Kinlaw, man. I think Kinlaw and our defensive line is both sides of the ball. Defensive line and offensive line is the key for how far we're going to go. If we, and this is why everybody we grabbed up this past season, all these dudes are on the contract. Majority of guys on contract years, any goddamn. So
you be showing out.
Most of the guys when these dudes, this is crazy, but it's true. Most of the guys when they're on contract years, they play their ass off.
Best ball. Look at D Ford. That's how we got here to begin with.
Exactly. They play their ass off so they can get that money. They got, they say man. It's what it is. It's a business. So these dudes are gonna come out there, play their ass off, get that money, and if they don't play their ass off on their contract year, then we ain't gonna keep them. They know ain't nobody else gonna keep them. So what they gonna do? They're gonna try to say help is possible. Definitely gonna do that, and they gonna try to play their ass off. And
like you say,
what do you think?
34 guys that are in the last year. That's over half the roster playing for a contract. Watch out. And JG, he may know he's leaving or he may want to stay. And either way, if he wants to say, okay, we want a Super Bowl, you guys still want to say goodbye? And Jed York will step in and say, listen, guys, let's discuss this a minute and see if we can work around this. The fans are going to kill me.
You got to cut this money down.
Yeah. So,
this is the thing. This is the thing with him, man. Okay, bottom line is, if you want that money, stay on the field.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And everybody, and people are playing injured and everything else for that reason. Just to make sure you stay on the field. You cannot leave the field this year.
Yeah, he can't, man. Come on. We got, right now we're in the point where, like you said, we got 34 guys that's in the other contract. Okay, you could always get quarterbacks. This is true. But other guys, that's important pieces of that puzzle, you need more than you need a quarterback. You need the offensive line, we got to keep. We need the defensive line, we got to keep. We need our linebackers. We need our wideouts. We all these guys. We need these dudes.
Right there.
You know what I'm saying? We got Trey Lance. So it's not like, okay, Jimmy, you leave? All right. See you later.
Yeah. So he's
Josh Rosie. We got Trey. You want to leave? That's 25. That's $25 million in the book. Hey, you just did us a favor.
That's a huge motivating factor, and that's why I say, you know what? G's top 5 this year. I got that predicted already. Top 5, pushing on 4. Why? Because he's got a top offensive line now. He's got Alex Mack behind center. That's key right there.
Exactly.
He's not
He
throwing
ain't
to
got there's
No
no
excuses.
excuses for him this season.
no
No
more rookie.
excuses. He cannot drop the ball.
He can't do it.
And
He's got- Go
he
ahead.
can't drop the ball. And I hate to say it, man, he's a turnover prone dude. So
But-
if he start having these games where he's
He's
turning
starting
the
to throw
ball
weird
over,
items. But look at his receivers now compared to what he's had. Now he's no more rookies, no more second tier. Debo and Ayuk, that's high quality. Even in the slot, I don't know who's going to do it, but Jimmy's he's campaigning for Jalen Hurd. If he gets hurt, Ayuk and Debo, near 4,500
Hurd's gonna
yard
be there.
season easily.
yeah,
Good.
Hurt's gonna be there.
Oh, I hope so.
No, you know why? I'm gonna tell you another reason why Hurt's gonna be there.
Real quick, man, 'cause we gotta go.
Contract year.
I know, right?
Contract year.
I forgot. Hurt. He's got to play. Right.
Contract year. I'm telling you, the dude's gonna be there. He gonna play, and he's gonna play his ass off. I'm telling you, dog.
I agree. We got to continue this tomorrow. We'll see you and have a great night. Happy Father's Day and all that rot.
And you too, brother. All right,
man.
bro. Niners for life.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, God. Excuse me. Hey, Mr. Block Eyes, too. So I want to see our running backs, wide receivers, as far as depth chart setups. I want to see what our cornerbacks looking like. We are so stacked. Your thoughts far as that? You know what?
Right now and tell them that they gonna tell them like, yeah, y'all messed it up. See, that's what I try to tell Marlene. If you go to court, the judge gonna rule in our favor, and we know it.
Was that Renzo? Hey, Renzo! Renzo's going to court.
From North Florida.
And I hope the judge does rule in your favor. I thought that was ice.
Hey, I'm sitting in the car with my pop, man.
Woo! Hey, Renzo. I'm looking.
What's going on?
We're looking at breakout players for 2021. This is part 2. We did this a month ago, and it was Ken Law, and I think Ayuk was on that list, and there's one other, but I did not put down. You don't put guys like Debo down because Debo, man, you know Debo's gonna kill. But now I've decided. Ross Dwelly is probably going to be one of those guys. DJ Jones does not get enough credit. He's going to be another one of those guys. And then I thought about J-Dub. J-Dub's last 2 years, he hadn't got hurt. He's that quiet assassin back there that does a great job, but it's expected of him. So I'm saying J-Dub's going to go that level now where everybody's going to be talking about him. Renzo, did I leave anybody out? Who's going to break out for you this year?
Ronbo, first of all, I want to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
to you.
breakout season, Ronbo, oh, man, it's hard to say, Ronbo.
I know,
It's
right?
hard to say.
There's a lot of choices.
Only
but I know.
thing, only way we're going to have like a no-name breakout, this is my opinion, is a backup take a starter's like position. That's the only way I could see somebody having like a breakout as a no-name.
This is why we said Ibukum, because he's going to be taking D Ford out, because Ford ain't going to play. And we're also and we're trying to put Mike McGlinchey into the conversation, but Mike scares people because of those sudden brain farts he can have. So. But he's going to come back hardcore because like everybody else, he's in a contract year. They picked up his 5th-year option. Mike has to protect. We know he can run block, but he has to protect this year. Will he do it?
Yeah. But Ronbo, I can give you one if he get a shot. What about Richie James?
See, that's a good choice. Richie
If he
stands
gets
to win that third guy. If Jalen Hurd's not ready, your logical next guy might be Richie because Jawan Jennings is in the mix. The guy we got from the Cardinals, he's possibly in the mix as a number 3. We got a few other people.
Yeah.
People don't like him, but River Craycraft, look out. He wants a job. So, it's going to be funny. I don't know.
And I think too, Kyle Shanahan want to invest in some of these guys he drafted in. He don't want to just
Good
throw
point.
them to the wayside.
Good point.
Because, like, we took a shot on Jawan Jennings, and we drafted Jalen Hurts. We really want to see what these guys can do. And
Rizzo,
they tall receivers.
If Jalen is healthy, I suspect it's over. That competition is done. It's his to lose. If physically, if he can get out there and beat Jalen Hurts, it's over. Everybody else is a reserve.
Yeah. See, that's the hard part right now, because Richie's like he's a shorter dude, but you got these other big bodies who that we expect they can do big things. That's not looking so good for Richie.
And also, we mentioned it yesterday too. Kyle wants his wide receivers to block. Richie's a little light in the pants to really help you on that block. So
yeah, he's a little fella.
Yeah. So yeah,
hey, but we little fellas, we bring a lot of heart, though.
And that's what I'm saying. Because being little doesn't mean anything. You can get strong. Look at, Frank Gore. I don't care how big a moose was coming around that corner to get the quarterback. Frank would knock him on his ass in a heartbeat. I got captured film footage on that. I got one. A GIF. Frank, this dude from Chicago. Dude is 2 times as wide as Frank. Frank's standing there waiting on him. Dude comes down and Frank backed him up. Bam! I said, Jesus.
Hey, that's that strong lower body, man. That lower body.
Wow. So
got to get them legs right.
Richie's got to get that mindset. Don't be scared. Work out. Start, doing squats of 400 pounds. You can do it, Richie.
Hey, Ronbo.
Go ahead,
Hey,
Rizzo.
Ronbo, before I go, I need you to say a prayer for me, man.
What's that? What happened?
My dad. I'm with my dad. He's a Cowboy fan. I'm trying to bring him to the Niners. No. Don't pray for me. Don't pray for me. Don't pray for me.
Everybody, fam, put your hands on your phone, on your monitor, and whatever you have in front of you. Right now, Lord, today we all want to ask you a favor, because the Cowboys are going to again have another tragedy. We have one of our own fam members that indeed supports his father like he should, and we wish the Cowboys could get rid of Jerry Jones.
But hey, Rumble, I'm about to go. It was nice talking with you, brother.
Rizzo, I love it.
I'm down with my finger on my trigger and my boots on.
I like it. I like your dad already. He's my dude. Hey, Rizzo, y'all have a great Father's Day, man. I'm going to see you tomorrow.
I'm going to tell you, bro.
All right. Night, fam. Did you hear Pops in the background? Pray for me. Honestly, the Cowboys aren't going anywhere until they get rid of Jerry Jones as Jerry. Hire a GM, Jerry. Man. God, that's just straight. Hey, Rick.
Ronbo, Jerry can't afford a GM.
Not now, he can't. Jerry Jones has got Jerry Jones is Mr. Businessman around the planet. The dude, man, he's got an ego. He thinks he knows what he's doing. Ever since he got rid of Jimmy Johnson, his world has turned to poo-poo, and Jerry refuses to acknowledge it. All he does is sit around saying things like, Zeke thinks he's worth a lot of money. And he's in front of a bunch of his boys, and they're all laughing because Zeke was asking for too much money. And I think he did the same thing to Dak, but he still ends up paying him. If I worked for Jerry Jones, I'd do the same thing. I'd ask him for $100 million, even though I'm not worth it, and sit back and see if he says he never gets rid of anybody. Well, he got rid of, what's the wide receiver's name that everybody wanted after he left? Dez. He got rid of Dez.
Dez Bryant.
But Dez was hurt. You know, or he would have paid Des. I think he paid him once. But it's just. But anyway,
He paid Prescott after he got hurt.
Yeah, and 40
I
mil,
mean,
and everybody thought
I
that was
think
funny.
I think Prescott's dating his daughter or something. There got to be something going on with that. Trying to keep the money in the family.
Because Dak, he's okay. He's a solid quarterback. He's above average, but he ain't $40 million worth. Listen. I am still, and at some point, I think others are going to start to wonder, how does Jerry Jones pay all these salaries legally? He's got 3 or 4
He got
$100
dirt.
million.
He got dirt on everybody in the league. That's what it is.
Dak's getting paid 40. Zeke's getting 100. Amari Cooper, another $100 million guy. He's got an edge rusher. He's up there. How does everybody on your team, frontline guys, how are they all getting paid over $100 million? You do the math.
He's got dirt on somebody. He's got dirt on somebody in the higher on the commission.
Anyway,
he's doing something.
Well, it's not helping any, so I'm not worried about that. But anyway, hey,
they still suck.
Hey,
they suck.
Where is our hero anyway? I've not seen him in here in a long time. Actually, Texas Boy does it. As I said, Texas Boy's blocked everybody in the chat anyway, so there's no point in him coming over here now. No, he doesn't see anybody. But hey, Rick, breakout players is what we're talking about here today. This is Breakout Players Part 2. We've listed a lot of. There's 6 guys that are already known to be breakout players, and I actually added Tavares Moore and Jeffrey Wilson Jr. had they not gotten hurt. But now we've already mentioned Javon Kinlaw and Ayuk. Jimmy Ward is now on the list. Today I put him on there. Also, Dre Greenlaw's been on the list for a while as well. Let's see, we got 2 more guys. Oh, Ross Dwelly. This is going to be it. Ross Dwelly, the guy you think is going to be always in the shadow of George, but they don't have another tight end like they were looking for. They wanted to get another guy. Jordan Reed quit on us. We don't have another premier tight end. McCole Pruitt I think Ross Dwelly's going to keep him on the bench. So DJ Jones is another guy. Am I leaving anybody out?
I think I'm pulling for Mosley. I'm pulling for Mosley, Ronbo.
Ooh, nice.
We need him to step up. We need him to step up this year. We didn't draft any corners, and I think they got faith in the man. So I'm gonna have faith with him.
They absolutely do. I mean, they drafted Ambry Thomas, but still, Ambry's got to come out there just like everybody else who just arrived. You got to go out there and take the job. Ain't nobody giving you nothing.
He's not going to come up and take it like that. So that's why I'm pulling for anyway.
Yeah,
pulling for Mosley.
I like that idea. Mosley, as I say, technique-wise, he's textbook sometimes. Really nice technique. His only issue during the Super Bowl was making a bad judgment call. Otherwise, he was solid during that game the whole time. But Tyreek Hill should not have been allowed to keep going, and do not ever, unless you got eyes in the back of your head, decide that man is going to be covered by the safety. You don't know where the safety is. All you know is you saw Tyreek Hill go by. You go with him. So, but that's okay. He learned.
Yeah, even if you can't catch him, you go.
Yeah.
Even if you can't catch him, you go.
Because the fact of the matter is, you can see the quarterback. All you just got to do is keep an eye on it, and he has that ability. So it's okay. As I said, Rick, I said that year the 49ers have maturity not on their side in 2019. I was hoping we'd get to the playoffs. I didn't see a Super Bowl coming. Mosley and several other guys on our roster needed at least another year after the playoffs for this particular contest. That's where you get beat by veteran clubs. The Chiefs had failed on 2 different years before that. They know what it takes. They know what they got to do, and they came in and they got it done. In spite of the help of the refs and a few other things, but they still, in those moments where you got to rise to the occasion, they did. Damn it.
And I got to give them credit for that, So that's what I'm pulling for. I know probably too many people haven't mentioned them, but we need them.
We need them because we don't want to spend no more money because after we give the contracts, after we sign up all our contracts coming up, we're not going to have nothing but like $1 million,
Is it
and
down to
that's
$1 million?
like veteran minimum, special
Oh,
circumstances kind of players. So we need everybody to step up, and we
that's-
can't be going out and drafting people like from other teams and giving them $7 million because we're not going to have it at the end of the day once everyone's signed.
mhm.
So
And
we
that's-
need everybody to step up who we got.
Yeah,
And I'm
'cause
pulling for Mosley because we need him to come up in a big way.
and I think we can count on him too. He's got a lot of experience now. He's had a lot of practice. He's got a lot of reps in, and it's all about reps. If you got talent, it's all about reps. The more reps you get, the more you're going to be able to adjust at this level. Especially, you've got to see things. You've got to have bad moments in order to grow from. There's just so much that it takes a minute to get, and then once you get there, it's all up to you. It's all yours. You know what to do. Go for what you know. So, I
Yep.
he could be the guy. I like your choice, Mosley.
You pencil me in.
All
No,
right.
you go ahead and ink me in.
All right, there you that's what I'm talking about. Be confident with that choice, Mosley. Breakout. Hey, we should write these down. But everybody knows because you could claim it. Once we say week 3, week 4, Mosley, it's just a dude playing next to people are saying, now it's boothing out saying, and the 49ers have a couple of corners. Now, everybody knew Jason Verrett, an ex-Pro Bowler, was going to be fine on one side. But Emmanuel Mosley, PFF is ranking him, not Verrett, and Verrett's doing a great job this year. It is Mosley who's the top cornerback on this unit. Who knew? And that's when you can say, Rick, I knew.
I knew. I called it on Uncle Ronbo's show.
Hey, fam, tell you what, we're going to go, and I'll be looking for you tomorrow on Monday Night Raw, and we'll be talking about, I think we can talk about the defense again tomorrow, too. All right, fam. Happy Father's
All right,
Day.
man. Happy Father's Day to the Empire.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day to you, your father, Ronbo, and
Thanks, fam.
Dallas sucks.
God about them Cowboys. Light Rick. And Mr. Black Eyes Jennings will be good for us. Thoughts on last, I can't wait to see. This is why I can't wait for camp to get started. You're going to see who's going to come around and who's going to come around as quickly as possible. Jennings could be what we saw earlier. He's determined this year. He probably feels like he got gypped on last year. That hamstring kept him pretty much inactive last year. And I don't know if the 49ers were going to activate him last year because we were activating guys right and left. So he's going to say, well, I ain't going to have no problem with that this year. I've been working on things. I lost a little weight here. I'm doing yoga like 15 times a day. I'm going to be loose as can be. Barack O'Neill says, hey, how do we do live video? Yeah. Brock, you got, what are we using? Hey, Brock, we got video description there for instruction, all right? Yeah, click on that, and it gives you all you need, all right? Because, Brock, we love to see you. Get on in there and check that out. I thought we had you in on video calls before, too. All right. Hey, by the way, Barack, otherwise known as Jersey Joe, happy Father's Day. But Jersey Joe's big-time pops, man. Dude's got a daughter and twins. Boy, oh, no. Brace yourself. You know on the news when they say, we warn you, the content that you're about to see could be disturbing. We warn you, the content you're about to hear could be disturbing. It's Rudy. Rudy, what?
Ronbo.
Yes.
Hold on 1 second. Finally, Rudy has returned to the Ronbo show.
Oh, God, let me
Hey,
throw
Ronbo, I just wanted to tell everybody happy Father's Day on this night. Shout out to my boy Tommy Huxley and Don Lovato.
Yeah.
And I think Ebukem's going to be good with you guys, Ronbo. He's relentless, like Tommy said. But I remember. Oh, I can't even speak now. You got me excited about Ebukem. We had the number one defense last year, so he couldn't break in the starting lineup. So we didn't use him the way we would have liked to. But he's relentless. You're going to love him. And I hope he has a good season, just not against us, though. But I'm excited, Ronbo. I got to tell you.
Somebody confirm, is Rudy telling the truth? Did the Rams end up having the number one defense even over the Tampa Bay Bucks?
Yeah, we were number one, and we beat the Bucks with golf in Tampa. So too bad we couldn't get past the Packers because Aaron Donald was hurt, or else Tom Brady, we would have to whip his ass finally for taking 2 rings from us.
Rudy, you forgot to mention, too bad we couldn't get past the 49ers.
Oh, well, I mean, we would like to beat you guys, Ronbo, but if I had my choice, I'd rather be, trying to get the Super Bowl and be in the playoffs instead of, bragging about sweeping.
Rudy thinks he made a comeback.
Ronbo, if somebody said, hey, Ronbo, would you like to be in the hunt for a Super Bowl, or would you like to sweep the Rams? I think that'd be a pretty easy choice. Come on now.
Rudy.
But,
okay, and the thing is, you guys, that's going to always be an obstacle.
Well, you guys are always tough. That's one of the reasons why golf got us walking papers, because Kyle and McVay are buddies, but they're very competitive. And Goff's a good quarterback. You can't take nothing from us. His stats speak for himself. He's durable. The guy won a playoff game with a screw in his thumb. But he wasn't progressing, and we couldn't wait for him anymore. So we had to make a move. And when we lost those games to you guys, you had a depleted defense, and Goff was fumbling the ball and holding the ball, missing guys that are open, throwing picks at the wrong time. We really, Rumble, talking smack.
You lost to Pick Mullins. Nick Mullins.
Well, that gives you an idea
Nick
why we got rid of Goff.
You trash.
Listen, Mullins, you're the Mullins of a caller, so go away. Let the star talk.
Nick Mullins, and you got the best D tackle in the game.
You're the
couldn't
Nick Mullins
beat
of
Nick
the
Mullins.
callers.
Get off the phone,
Go
bro.
away. You never even saw the 49ers win a Super Bowl, so be quiet. Okay,
I've
so
seen 4 of them, Dick.
listen. Well, you gotta click on YouTube, so be quiet now. Let me speak to Ronbo. I don't butt in for you guys anymore, so just relax.
Go ahead, baby.
Okay, Ronbo, I just wanted to say, your boy Tony, Atlanta fan, acts like a nice guy, but he tried to call me out last time, and I told him I was going to come for him.
Yeah.
You got to remember Atlanta was in the NFC West years ago, but they couldn't hack it, so they took him down to the South. They were 4-12, and here he is talking about us. Ooh. So come on now. And our GM Les Snead, he does what he has to do. We're trying to win now. We signed a Jalen Ramsey. We pull a rabbit out of our hat, getting rid of golf and getting Stafford. A big name free agents come because they want to come in LA. One of the premier spots to play in Los Angeles. So we'll see what happens, Ronbo. Like I said, you're my dude. You got the best show, what it is, you 49ers teams. That's a really good thing you guys got going. All the Ram shows are a bunch of homers, and they're not anywhere near as good as Ronbo's show. But I got to tell you guys, I'm glad you guys didn't get Stafford, Ronbo. To tell you the truth, if you guys had Stafford right now, I would be worried about you guys, really worried about you guys, because
but since you got Stafford,
the kid, we got to see what he can do. He's got the tools, but it depends on how it works out, So, but anyway, I'll let you guys go. But I couldn't believe Tony was talking smack about me. Tony from Atlanta, come on now, Atlanta fan coming in here, they couldn't even hack the NFC West, so that we had to push them out of there because they were just a waste of time. Nobody would show up to any of the games because they were always so sorry. So, but anyway, okay, I got that off my chest. Ronbo, you guys have a good night, and shout out to everybody, all the fathers. Okay, later.
Okay. Okay. And Big Show, Rudy's horrible, and behind everyone, just FYI. So I guess Tony will probably have something to say about that a little later. Hey, Mike, we've got fans from other teams going back and forth at each other.
Do you smell what Ryan's is cooking? What's up, Ronbo?
Mike, man,
Happy
I'm
Father's
just
Day, faithful.
back at you, family, and I'm just here. I guess I'm intervening between two other teams, which means Ronbo Sports is gone in another direction. I guess we got two different roads here. We've got a Falcon fan and a Rams fan actually waging war against each other. But Mike, we have things to talk about. Mike, what is it that we've mentioned several players tonight that we figure are going to break out and kick some butt this year, so we can say things because it's June, and if we mention names now, Mike, I'm this close to mention a guy with your same name. I'm thinking I want to put Mike McGlinchey on my list so bad because it's a risk. It's a huge risk because if you say Mike McGlinchey today with the other guys we mentioned already, like Ibukam and DJ Jones, of course, Ross Dwelly, Jimmy Ward. See that Mike McGlinchey doesn't fit in that room, right? But if you put him in there, you can get all the props in a few months. So Mike, all you got on your list of guys that are going to break out, because we already mentioned, this is part two of that, but we already mentioned it a month ago and today. What are you thinking?
I like Verrett, dude. I think just our whole secondary in general, but I think Jason Verrett's playing for a contract re-sign.
He's a Pro Bowler, though, Mike. When he wasn't doing well, he was playing below his own standards. So he's already had a breakout. But if he can, okay, he's the kind of guy, comeback player of the year. He could be eligible for that, though.
Because he was still kind of just getting into his own last year after being out for so long.
Yeah, he was a Pro Bowler last year, as far as I was concerned. When you look around the league and see if anybody's doing any better, that game he had against D-Hop, that's all I needed to see. I said, Jesus Christ, that's not an accident. He did that all for 4 quarters. That's real. So, yeah.
Yeah, he'll follow, too. If they go the slot, he'll follow.
Yeah, he doesn't care where you're going. You're right. He's going to be our MVP, man. I'm telling you, Mike, I got a feeling for Rhett. If he stays healthy, and that goes for everybody on our team, not to jinx him, he stays healthy. That's going to be one of the guys we're going to look at as one of the MVPs of the team. Because the regular guys, George Kittle, Nick Bosa, the names, everybody's favorite names, Mostert, Jimmy G may enter that ring at some point during next season. The names you suspect, but you see all of a sudden, and you're saying Verrett, of course, you expect him to be there too, though.
Yeah, I think Ubicom, he switched to DE now, so I'm picturing 7 sacks, maybe.
Oh, that's all we need from him too, Mike. That's all we need. If he can get 7 sacks off that side, Nick and company will take care of the rest. We got it. We got it. Defenses will not be able to move.
Maybe D Ford, if he decides to show up, get a sack or two.
Mike, if anybody tries to suck you into a bet, if D Ford's going to
play, they're going to cycle their line a lot. So that's what Kirk likes to do.
We can actually say D Ford could break out. Mike, if D Ford plays, man, we're so. Oh man, there's nothing Rudy and the Rams can do. There's nothing anybody can do. Stafford could be back there doing whatever he does. It's not going to happen. Because our secondary is not going to allow any lanes to throw into. He's going to have to wait. For guys, our coverage is going to be tough. That means the quarterback's going to have to wait. He can't wait. They better have a backup quarterback ready. Bam! Guys, I don't want to wish anything bad. You never want to wish injuries on players, but Stafford's not moving. Oh, my God. Javon Kinlaw came around the corner, and apparently they missed a block, and Kinlaw hit him with 300-something pounds in full stride. And Stafford is still being administered to. He's not moving. He's not showing any consciousness. Hey, they set him up. It looks like Stafford's going to be okay. 49er fans are even cheering. I love these scenarios. Mike, I'm sorry. I get carried away. Go ahead, Mike. Oh, God. A Javon Kinlaw hit. I don't know. It'd be like, did you get the license of that truck? Mike, who else? You got, you mentioned Ebicom. Did you mention Ebicom? Who else did you mention?
I don't know. There's such a long list to go
Brett.
off of, and we've got our tried and trues we've already brought up quite a few times.
Yeah.
Warner and such.
How do you like Jalen Hurts?
Offensively, I think Ayuk's going to have a pretty good season.
Yeah.
So second year, hopefully not a second year slump.
Oh, yeah.
Because sometimes that happens.
I forgot about that. The famous sophomore slump. Nah. Well, Debo had one, actually. Remember how... Okay, Mike, we got to be careful. We can't talk things like that into existence. Debo came up injured. If it's not one thing, it's another.
He had a hurt foot or whatnot, right?
Yeah. Oh, man. So we're going to, But how do you feel about game one? Every time somebody comes in and brings your attention to a team, Jared Goff and the Detroit Tigers. I'm sorry, Lions.
Jared Bosa. He's worried.
Yes, baby.
Lions fans should be worried. The 0-17 tour.
Hey, there you go, Tommy. Ammunition for you. Mike just came up with a phrase you could coin for Don Burr. Don Burr represents the 0-17 tour. Bang, bang, Lions gang. Okay, he's already stepped over the line. Okay. But, Mike, and also, hey, how do you got Barrett on one side as far as breaking out. What if both him and Mosley bust out this year? God, what are the odds?
I think our whole secondary is going to do good because that front seven is just going to be coming so aggressively. The quarterback's going to be scared, just trying to get rid of the damn ball.
I just want more TOs this year, though. I want pickoffs. I mean, I want to see some INTs for a change. We never get to see enough of that. Sherman got a few. Actually, you know what? Mosey got a couple. We weren't awful with the INTs.
We did all right in 2019 and 2020.
Yeah. And Barrett. And not
didn't do nothing with the turnovers. It just Mullins kept turning it back over to him.
Also, when you got Fred Warner out there picking the ball off, as Jared Goff knows about, it makes it pretty rough. So, we're gonna find out. Mike, anybody else you want to pick up? What else you thinking?
No, that's about it, Ronbo. I can't think of anything else right now.
All right, Mikey, my man. We'll see tomorrow night then.
All right, fam. We'll see you on Raw. Niners! Let's go!
Mike's got spirit, don't he? I love it. Night, Mikey.
Peace.
And Big Show says, means to say Rudy is horrible. Uh-oh. I almost read it. So we'll think about it, but we have
Ronbo.
Bill.
I'm gonna make this clear to all the people out there. This is what's gonna hurt. I'm gonna add some salt into the Cowboys' wound right now. All right, for all the people saying Jerry Jones can't afford this and that, he can. This is what's gonna hurt. Jerry Jones is very filthy rich. He owns a lot of oil companies. He's one of the billionaires out there. He's very rich. But the sad part about it is he don't want to own a GM. He don't need to own a GM. He got all you bonehead Cowboy fans out there buying his clothing, buying his tickets, and believing the hype. Every year they're going to win the Super Bowl. When in reality, my future nephew's great-grandson will be 95 years old before the Cowboys win a Super Bowl. That means I will be deceased long beyond my years before they get their sixth Super Bowl. So get this through your head. After many Joneses come and go, Joneses are going to be the owners of the Cowboys for a very long time. That means they won't have a Super Bowl for a very, very long time. They might make maybe an appearance to lose one, but they won't win one. Okay, so let me help you out with that, all right? And if they lose, they're going to lose to the Brownies. My prediction, actually not a prediction, it's a spoiler. That's when the Niners decide to take a break after we win all those Super Bowls and we're on rebuild mode.
And
So,
what's Jerry?
If I was a Cowboy fan,
What's Jerry's son's name? Jerry.
They said it several times. I forgot.
Yeah. Anyway, he's the heir apparent. The no GM tradition to carry on in the Jones family. So maybe he'll learn and finally to hire a GM.
No, that'll never happen. The Joneses' legacy is to own, control, and take money from the Cowboy fans. That is the legacy of the Cowboy ownership. They want the fans to buy the money, buy the product, and not win a Super Bowl, but give you hope they're going to win one, but never win one. That's how the Cowboys' tradition and culture runs. So just if there's any Cowboy fans out there, now's the time to give up on your team. You know, I don't know if a lot of people like to hear it, but come join the Niners. Get ready your merchandise. Give up on your Cowboys because they're never going to go anywhere. Mark my words, anywhere. And I've said this in Texas. They don't like it, but it's true. I've got a lot of heat over it, and I'm just going to speak the truth. What's wrong with speaking the truth?
Oh, we appreciate it. Always bring the gospel, please.
Yes, the truth is they're not going to ever win a Super Bowl. Ever. They're not even going to taste the Super Bowl for a very, very long time. So, you know, I don't care if you got CeeDee Lamb. You know, I don't care if you brought back Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin in their prime. They want to do nothing now because Jerry Jones' motto is to take money from the fans but not win one.
Mm.
So I think the reason why he's getting away with all this because he agrees to not win a Super Bowl with all the money and what you're talking about, $100 million there, $100 million there. You know, he wants to sell the product. You know, that people believe that the Cowboys are going to win something, but never win nothing. So
Bill,
there's your answer to your question.
But Bill,
make them believe.
You got to appreciate though, as Jerry sits up into that owner's box, all that glass surrounding him. I love when you look up there and the Cowboys are giving it up in the fourth quarter, and the camera pans up in there as if Jones was in there, and the people on the camera crew know he's not up there. You see this vacancy. You see that empty chair, and usually they catch Jones just as he's leaving, which is even more fun. Because Jones, you know how he always does this number? Jones throws his hands down at the field, gets up and walks out, and everybody around him looks, oh my God, Jerry's pissed. That's my favorite part of watching Cowboy games.
I'm gonna predict a breakout season this year. The Cowboys go 2-14. That's their breakout season. They win one more than they won last year.
They might be a little tougher this year. You know, they've got some good players that are maturing, but they still have a problem. I think Amari Cooper has some kind of mental issues going on. He's going to leave Dallas like he left Oakland. Suddenly he can't catch the ball, or he's doing weird things. Cooper's really strange. I wanted him coming out of the draft. Now I can see there's something wrong with Amari Cooper. Guy's got all the talent in the world, but he gets strange. So CeeDee Lamb's probably going to end up taking over the number one spot on that team sometime soon, as far as wide receivers go.
He might eventually not want to resign with the Cowboys because, remember, the Cowboys got a sorry coach, Mike Nolan. And hey, I'm going to predict one more spoiler. The next coach for the Dallas Cowboys is Jimmy Tom Sula.
Bill, we gotta go.
You gotta sell some potato chips now. Come on, the Mr. Pringles guy. Hey, anyways, give me a 49ers shout out. I wanted to clown on the Cowboys tonight. Yeah. That's why I called. You know, give you a little happiness. You know, a little good Father's Day.
That was funny.
Happy Father's Day, Ronbo.
Happy Father's Day. Thanks, fam. Here you go. Are you ready? Niners! Bill! Have a good night, fam.
Before I go, I got one more thing to say for all you Cowboy fathers out there. give up. It's not going to happen. This is going to be a bad Father's Day gift for you, but your Cowboys are not going anywhere. It's not going to happen. So happy Father's Day, Niner fans.
Night, Bill. Well, of course I wash my shirts. I got 3 of these. My God.
Oh, yeah.
Ellis!
Ronbo.
Ellis, happy Father's Day. One of my favorite fathers, man. Ellis, what y'all do today, man?
Thank you, family. I'm actually about to come in, get these reservations situated
All right.
for dinner. But
Now look at it. Boy, Ellis.
yeah.
See, you know, God, Ellis,
Okay.
man, you set the standard, man. So my dad would have been like you. He was cool, but not like you.
You know, I appreciate that, brother. You know, real talk, and you know, you giving me that, you know, that encouragement and that, you know, those flowers, man. It's everything, because as fathers and as men, just in general, we don't lift each other up enough.
That's it.
So we got to keep doing that, embracing each other, man. And so thank you again for that. And I too wish my father was more like me.
See, that's what.
So
Yes.
amen to that, my brother. Thank you.
You know.
I really appreciate that.
It's my pleasure, fam. You know what, Ellis? Man, let's get into some breakout bodies, man. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you who we've already mentioned. You probably already heard, maybe to some degree. But Ellis, who's breaking out this year? Have no fear. We've heard plenty of names tonight. Some of them were surprising, and some of them weren't. But what are you thinking?
Man, breakout players.
We've done this. This is part 2. We've done this before. And last time it included Javon Kinlaw, Dre, and also Ayuk. But see, those guys, you know, I definitely, there's going to be several guys on this team. I got a feeling 49ers may have a percentage of the roster breaking out this year. That's what I'm thinking, you know?
Yeah.
Boys is playing for contracts, man.
Yeah. So you mean just guys as a whole, though, or you know?
Yeah, no,
just like,
name your favorite
some of
guys.
our new acquisitions.
And by the way, Mike McGlinchey's name has been mentioned tonight. Mike's got
being a favorite?
Well, not a favorite, but one of the boys. Because, you know, I already mentioned, I said Richie, somebody mentioned Richie James, too. I said it's going to be J-Dub. Also, J-Dub's going to take it a level above, because some guys are already established in the league and everybody knows about them, but they haven't went to that next level. J-Dub has been solid and steady, and he could be depended upon back there as long as he's back there to do a good job. He's not been to the Pro Bowl yet, though. Could that happen finally, right? And then you got DJ Jones. Jones is vicious. He could be a bad boy this year. And then you look at Ross Dwelly. Dwelly came into camp. You can see his attitude. He came in looking bigger, stronger. Dwelly could be a force to roll with Kittle, because Pruitt ankles make him sit down. I don't believe it. So, you know, these are the kind of guys I'm talking about.
Thank you. My bad, Sam.
No, I know you're taking reservations. Go ahead.
Trying to, yeah, but no, you know, it's kind of up in the air, man. I think definitely our new offensive lineman. I'm looking to see Aaron Banks come in and help. He's going to be on the right side, correct, with Mike?
Yep.
Is that where we?
That is definitely where he's going to be. Well, I don't know.
So,
let's see what he looks like. They may move Thomason to the right.
Yeah.
I can't
I
imagine
think
that.
that'd be a good pairing. I know we talked about that, and I think for his confidence, it would be good for Mike. And, you know, having such a big guy right there, man, to just give him a little more boost and energy sometimes, you know, and that helps. That helps the mental, you know what I mean? And that's the majority of what this sport is about. We'll have to try to see, though. But I like Aaron Banks. I'm really glad that we just got this line reinforced. I'm glad we got Trent secured. I'm glad, you know, we got our center, our guy, Alex Mack. I'm glad we got him. I just like that.
Said about him. Yes.
Yeah,
so true.
So Alex Mack, I think is a definite gem. I want to put Alex in there too on the offensive line. I want to kind of get the offensive line some praise. You know, just get them some, you know, some extra little boost, because we need them this year, man. We need the offense to really perform at I feel like an even higher level than the 2019 season. And, you know, it's maybe, you know, unreachable as some may think. You know, we definitely can do it. And that was
considering we even had injuries, we had guys missing out games, and we had some games where we didn't even play our best, and we still were able to capitalize and make some really big, moments out of that season. So I think we can, try to, meet that intensity. If not, go up a little bit higher, then we'll be doing real well.
And build upon that, exactly. And maturity and experience is everything, fam. Yeah, and you know this from playing. The more reps you get, the more you see, the more you learn, the more you can apply. That's just the way it works.
Yeah, no, definitely. And then as far as, I kind of feel like, I don't know if Trey's going to – this thing with Trey, man, as far as Trey Lance, that is, and whether or not he's going to be playing. I'm kind of going to leave him out of it for right now because I don't know what's going to happen. And you're going to spend all day trying to figure out what Kyle's going to do, whether he's going to get him in. Is he going to play him, midweek, or is he going to throw him in there just sometimes throughout the season, just to get him, warmed up and have a couple of series for him maybe, like kind of like
acclimated to the NFL.
What Harbaugh did with Cap, how he had him come in and get some different series depending on which areas on the field we were at, we're at, what have you. So,
yeah, he might not treat him. May not treat him like a typical backup. They may give him some role. If the 49ers are winning though, Trey's got, from what it sounds like, he's got a lot of things to learn. Kyle will probably just stay with Jimmy because he's still old school no matter what anybody thinks. Kyle's still old school. He'll go with Jimmy as long as he has, or as long as he can. If Jimmy's messing up though, Kyle will pull your ass in a minute. Remember Hoyer in that year when C.J. Beathard was sitting back on the bench and he just drafted him? He pulled Hoyer quick.
Yeah.
So
yeah. But Brian was not the guy. But man, I feel like just honestly the defense this year is what what's going to be just as equally important because it's just like this. Just feel like there's going to be a decline, but then it may not. We might have a better damn defense than we did last year or even the year before. We just really don't know, man. I'm just kind of like figuring that if Jimmy Ward and Jaquaski Tartt can stay healthy and we can keep the safeties healthy back there, then I think it'll make it a lot more feasible for us. Because trying to replace those guys back there versus the cornerbacks is really, going to be kind of tough. We can't just think that Ambry and, our other young fellow, man, with the I don't know, I can't remember. Diamador. Yeah. I didn't know how. Yeah, I just don't want to put all of our. It's like, well, they're going to have to learn this year. We played our cards with Akello kind of in a way. Like that, and he was real, he had he was a little real spotty with as far as his progression. He wasn't consistent enough, but now I feel like he's going to get better, being in Seattle. One thing I heard about, and I was just going to want to touch on before, is I heard something about what Seattle does when it comes to, testing their athletes and making sure that their bodies are hydrated enough for that. They have like these monitors that they hook up to these guys to in which diagnoses their body or basically gives them like an update on, do they need to maybe take a little, bit time off, or their muscles being overworked? Is this going on? Is that going on? Some high tech, type of stuff that they're using out there in Seattle, which is why they're one of the less injured teams. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's kind of interesting just hearing about that. It's some type of new technology. Go ahead.
No, I was wondering, did you just recently run into that? I never heard of that.
Yeah. No, that was just not too long ago. Like, I forgot who it was. It was Grant was talking to somebody, but Grant's got the insides on a lot of stuff. That's why they were mad at him about talking about the offense because he kind of talks a little bit too much. He can get himself in trouble. So he just got to calm down a little bit. But no, but
never do it. But Ellis, we got to let you get back to the kids. I'm gonna tell you what, though, Ellis.
Yes, sir.
Hold that thought.
Yes, sir.
Bring it back tomorrow night, and we'll be looking for you. All right.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Brother Ronbo, for the platform, man. Shout out to production. Thank you, champ. I appreciate it greatly, man. God bless you. God bless everybody, man. Shout out to all the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day to y'all. And, anybody that's, taking care of a family or being a parent or, a mentor, man, it's big, so that's how we change the world. So shout out to all y'all, man. Peace and love.
Thanks, man. I got you, fam. All right, Ellis.
Peace, brother.
Have a great night, too. All right. There you
You
go.
too, fam. Thank you.
Alice. All right. Hey, there's Brock on Niner again. Happy Father's Day to Jimmy G, the Rams' daddy. 4-0. Hey, it's John for the Niners Ultimate Report. Hey, John. He said, Rumble can't call in. Shout out to all the father. And Ellis, Rumble said, you're a great dad. Ellis knows he's a great dad, too. He really is. Because whenever we talk to Ellis in the evenings, Ellis isn't out rolling around doing things other than just for himself. Ellis is with the kids. It's always the case. Gotta love that. And 49 thanks for the contribution, fam. Well, it's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. Show. Big show. Show might be driving up to a fast food place. I love when he drives into the fast food place. We've caught him at least once or twice. And he's usually making his order or picking it up. Show!
Ronbo.
Yo.
Ronbo, can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly.
Can you get back to me really quick?
Yeah, we can do that. Okay. Be back in a little bit.
All right.
All
right, bye.
And let's bring another one of them cool daddies. Hey, Shay.
Ronbo.
Hey, Shay.
What's up, Ronbo?
Hey, fam. Happy birthday. Happy. Well, it could be. Happy Father's Day. Your day. But, Shay, I know what you're thinking. Shay's probably saying, look, I don't know why one day gets to be my day. I should have, like, I know I may not be a mom's, but I need to have some love each and every day, too.
Exactly. No, that's absolutely true, Ronbo. But, just to I do. Piggyback off what Ella said, though, man. Shout out to all the fathers out there, man. Happy Father's Day to you too, Ronbo, and every dad out there. And we just got to show more love and stuff like that towards each other and everything. Even to Rudy, even as much and how sad Rudy can be sometimes. even some love to Rudy every now and then. But no, Ronbo, I'm excited, man. Glad you brought this topic back up, man. And I know, listen, I know you said Mike will get you earlier. He is kind of my pick. Okay. I would say because only where he has to go is up. Listen, he's already a hell of a run defender. We know this.
Yeah.
He just has to improve a little bit on the passing game. And I'm not saying he has to make a drastic 180, but he just has to be a better than he was. Not a lot better.
And Shay,
not a little better, just better.
Just to put some perspective on Shay's saying, Michael McGlinchey finished the season 47.7 in his pass blocking protection. Right. That is not good. That is really bad. Right. So
we needed around 60s, which is average. If Mike McGlinchey can get his pass blocking around the 60s grade, which is an average grade, man.
Happy.
I mean, he'd probably be talked about one of the top 3 right tackles in the league,
right?
Easily. But because, when he runs out there, he kind of contradicts himself with beautiful run blocking performances, and then also in the same game, he has horrendous pass blocking performances. And it's just like, man, like all the good credit that you deserve and goes to you gets nullified by the fact that every time we see you get blown up by a safety or get ran around by a defensive end, you know what I mean? And yes, I'm not going to blame it all on him. I'm going to say, the one-on-one battles that he does lose and that we do see, that's on him. But some of, the blitz setups and stuff like that, I could blame that on the right guard and the center and us not even having a center. So, I mean, no communication was probably brought onto that line because, I mean, you're looking at Brunskill's like, I'm sorry, Rumble. I know it's a kid show. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
But he's looking at like, damn. Well, I mean, I just got thrown in there, so I don't know what protections to call. I don't know what I'm looking at. So, yeah, I mean, you could obviously see something wasn't right with that offensive line. It was in a complete disarray simply due to the fact of the injuries, right? And we were, and I said this point, when we talked about the first time, the backup got hurt, and then the backup's backup got hurt, right? So then we had to throw in Brunskill. So, it was a whole situation that completely sucked. That it just seemed that, a lot of the injured, we were the most injured team last year, but some significant key injuries came into that interior offensive line, which caused a lot of the mishaps and the miscues on that offensive line. And then you got a guy who's never played center before but was willing to do it, doesn't even know what he's doing out there. Lynch and the offensive line coach probably just say, hey man, just whenever they're in shotgun, just try to get the ball on target, bro. That's all we can ask from you, right?
And he missed a couple times.
We don't expect you to. Right, and he did. But I mean, we couldn't expect anything more. I thought he did a substantial job in there, Ronbo. A good enough job that, considering the circumstances that he was put in. And so, with that all being addressed this offseason with the signing of Mack, getting Aaron Banks, and I felt like the Aaron Banks pick was to help McGlinchey because they've had chemistry back in Notre Dame. So I think that all tied in to boosting McGlinchey's morale with getting a guy he's familiar with in the right guard spot, and then also getting Mack, who is a great who knows the scheme, who calls plays and pass protection plays or pass protection pickups for Matt Ryan when he and knows the scheme all the way from when he played on the Browns with Shanahan. I'm looking at him to Mike McGlinchey to completely, take a 180 from what he was last year, at least in the passing game, and substantially increase in that area of his game. Because like I said, run blocking, we don't need to talk about it. He's great.
Mike's one of the best.
I think he's the best right tackle.
He is the best, actually.
Yeah, he is the best. Him and Trent are in that category. Just pass blocking just needs to be improved, substantially. But he doesn't have to be an all-world, Dave Bakhtiari. He just got to be better than last year. It's that simple. And if we can get that from him, and they keep Jimmy up tight, I mean, like I said, this is a Super Bowl winning roster. Whoever the quarterback is, it's a Super Bowl winning roster, Ronbo, and it's that simple.
They're ready to go.
I know I touched on a lot on McGlinchey tonight, but and the quick little X factor that I like too is just as you said earlier, I think J-Dub, Ronbo, I think they're going to put J-Dub in a lot of uncomfortable situations this year, but he can play them all, man. We've seen him play the slot. We've seen him lock up Cooper Kupp a couple times. We've seen him play some plays on Lockett. He could play anywhere, man. And I think he's going to have to take that next step as the veteran leader in that defensive back group since Sherman's gone. I think it's going to be up to him to take that next spot and take us over the hump with that veteran leadership that he has. Because if you look at it, he is the most veteran one in that Niners locker room. He is, Ronbo. So especially for the DB. So hopefully he learned a couple things from Sherman and we improved. But I know that's my time, Ronbo. But I just want to say Happy Father's Day, brother. Shout out to production.
Thanks, man.
Shout out to you, brother. God bless you. Thank you for the platform as always, sir. And I just want to say a quick happy shout out Father's Day to the 49ers for birthing the Rams. The past 2 years. We love you, Rams, as our sons. You're the best son, son a father could have, Rams. So there you go, Ronbo. And God bless y'all and have a good night, man.
Shay, always good to hear from you. I'll look for you tomorrow, too. All right, fam. Have a good night. Happy Father's Day to you. There he goes. Shay. See, that's what you got to. Rudy's got leather skin. We work him over every time he comes in here, but he always comes running back. Let's go back now where we have Big Show on standby. Well, it's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. Show, are you ready to go?
I am ready, Ronbo. What's up?
What's going on? I'm delighted to ask you. We've already named several breakout players, and there's some you could contradict, Show, because one thing I like about you is you're a very eloquently, what do we call, opinionated person. So if we said some names that you didn't like as well, and Show, would you like to throw some into the mix? And should we stop talking about Mike McGlinchey right now?
No, we should absolutely not stop talking about Mike McGlinchey.
You like McGlinchey's chances?
He is one of my breakout candidates this year as far as the offensive side of the ball goes. And also somebody else that nobody almost talks about is Lincoln Tomlinson. Nobody gives him any love or any credit. Or
yes, true.
He's been one of the most reliable, healthiest offensive linemen we have had for
he has a
quite
ranking
some time.
Too in the NFL. He's one of the top 10. Yeah,
and he's always been there ever since Shanahan brought him in.
Even after he got hurt,
he's never been
healed right up, was there for opening day, and never looked back.
Yep. So nobody gives him any love or any attention, and he is one of my breakout candidates for this year. I think he will. I'm hoping he will have a Pro Bowl caliber year. The dude gets no credit. The dude gets no attention.
Yeah.
He's been one of the best
I just want to add to that, though.
linemen since we've had.
The reason is because Michael McGlinchey gets all the negative attention that a person could possibly get, and then you got Trent. Williams gets all the positive attention one human being could get, and everybody, the legendary
and
Alex
nobody pays
Mack
attention to Lincoln Tomlinson.
in the middle. Nobody. Hey, JJ, and nobody pays any attention to Tomlinson. You got Alex Mack in the middle. The Tomlinson, you're right. He's the forgotten man. I like your choice, Show. Go ahead.
And as far as the defensive side of the ball goes, I'm going to go with Quan Williams and also Jaquan Tart.
K1, yes.
The one of the remaining bulky era players that I still cannot believe is on this team,
Eric Armstead,
including Jimmy Ward and Eric Armstead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm surprised those three have lasted this long.
It came
on
close.
This newly remodeled team. You know what I mean? Like it's shocking.
He'd have been gone. If DeForest Buckner signs a contract, maybe Armstead is gone. So that it could be one of those because of situations. So.
Yep. And so those are my 4 breakout candidates this year. And my sleeper one, of course, is George Kittle because he was hurt almost half the year last year. Last year was just a total, I think, fake sports year for every team. Like nothing was believable that year in 2020. I mean, I think that George Kittle's going to have another Pro Bowl year, and he's going to break out really big this year, I think.
And so,
given that Debo and Ayuk have yet to step up, and Ayuk has potential, yes, we've all seen that, but George Kittle is the what I'm looking for.
Future Hall of Famer, if he can stay on his feet. Nobody can do what George Kittle does. That goes for the Kansas City Chiefs, overrated tight end who's got nothing but pure talent all around him. George hasn't, and George has done it without all that. So,
Kelsey doesn't even block either.
I know, right? And they talk about him like he's the greatest tight end of all time.
Kittle's more versatile than Kelsey is. I don't understand why they keep putting Kelsey ahead of him as far as, I know man rankings don't mean anything, but
George's got
I can't believe they put Kelsey.
Yeah.
That's
all there is to it. If George plays the same amount of games, he'll get the edge.
Yep.
And by the way, we've got to put an asterisk, just for the reason you just said about the 2020 season, an asterisk next to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Super Bowl victory.
Same with the Lakers.
Yeah. Well, especially the Lakers. Shortened seasons. Also, teams that did without players half the season. You can't call that a real season. Okay? So,
No.
This is,
Yep. So that's kind of, and by the way, those read comments were not my comments. Those are the fake Big Show's accounts comments. I warned you repeatedly to watch out for that person right there that just interrupted us. Fake Big Show accounts that he makes.
Likes you, Show.
Not me.
So.
Anyway. You can always tell when somebody's guilty. This goes all the way back when I was a little kid. The first one in the house when we got called in, first one that says, Mom, that was it. I didn't do it. That's the first one Mom knew did it.
It's kinda,
you know what?
Ronbo,
you stay right there.
You can obviously tell by the mannerisms between
I didn't.
of us. So, anyways, that's kind of all I had to say tonight.
Hey, I like the choices.
Yeah, Lincoln Tomlinson gets no love on here. I'm surprised.
Nobody talks about him ever.
Like, he's been one of the most reliable offensive linemen we've had in the longest in a long time.
And he's even too.
If we would have had him where Josh Garnett was when we first started here, I mean,
I forgot.
You know what I mean? We would be looking for that offensive that right guard spot. And Josh Garnett was one of my favorite offensive linemen. I liked him a lot. He was a good pass protector.
Hey, when he
Trent Brown.
played, he was not bad at all.
Yeah.
So
no.
Now he's out of the league.
Especially when we played Houston in the preseason. Remember that? He was like opening up all those passing lanes for Jimmy back in the day when we
and protection.
He was still with us.
And who was that he dealt? Oh, Ndamukong Suh. Jesus, he stuck with Sue like so I don't care what his name is. I'm here to stop him, and he did. So
Yep.
It's too bad about him. I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, I know.
He's
what
not in the league anymore.
All right.
All right,
Yeah,
man.
so he's retired.
Show.
All right, fam.
And
All
to you and your
take
fam,
care.
happy Father's Day. I'll see you
All
tomorrow.
right, happy shout out to TNT fam. Take care. All right.
Thanks, man. Yeah. And is it? Oh, good. This is the guy that needs to come in here and let a certain Los Angeles Ram fan have it. Tony, get in here. Tony.
What's up, Ronbo?
Tony, and to your family, happy Father's Day. Hope you had a great day today. And Tony, I don't know if you caught it earlier, but Rudy came in here and just the boy went buck wild. He went after.
I was laughing.
Yeah. Okay, so how did you fill you in? Tony, your response to that?
Well, even though we lost Julio Jones, I'm not insecure about my team. We're just laying in the weeds, like you said about the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
It's just my opinion, just like yours. Matthew Stafford's a good quarterback with a strong arm. Let's see what he does. I already know what's going to happen. Let's see what he does.
Because I don't know if Rudy's familiar with Matthew Stafford. People act like Matthew Stafford's been playing with a bunch of scrubs. Ain't had no team around him for years. They forget Matthew Stafford was in a division that I'm not sure the Vikings haven't always been just terribly tough. Green Bay is about the toughest, consistently tough team in that division down through the years. So when Stafford had one of the greatest wide receivers of all time, he's had several good running backs, some tough defenses on occasion. So to say that Matthew Stafford is the second coming of the Messiah is a little bit overrated. And we're going to find out about that as soon as he gets here. I'm looking forward to it. And just having a big arm, it takes more than that to win a championship.
He came in 2009, the year after Matt Ryan and Joe Flacco, and he doesn't have not even close to the numbers that Matt Ryan has. Even though, Matt's been there a year longer. But look, Matt Ryan is 9th all time. Stafford ain't even in the top 10 all time. And I'm just saying numbers here. If you look at wins, we've been in a couple of NFC championship games, won Super Bowl, multiple playoff games. Has Stafford?
No. That's why I said dudes had Megatron. A guy can live off of Megatron.
Marvin Jones.
Yep.
Marvin Jones. He's had a lot of good receivers.
Had Kasurik over there running his defense for a while, and it was coming off the edge, terrorizing people. So, that's what I'm saying. And also, the thing that I thought you'd really take exception to, that y'all got moved out of the NFC West and into the East. Tony, reflect upon that a minute. Is that legitimate reason to take a shot at the Falcons?
No, because if you remember, Ronbo, it was the NFC North, the NFC Central, the NFC West. We had realignment with expansion, and we got moved to the NFC South, which geographically, that's the way it should have been. Now it's 4 teams in each division. So no, Ronbo, I don't take him seriously. I laugh at him like I laugh at Colin Cowherd. When Colin Cowherd thinks he knows everything. And I just think it's comedy.
With that attitude he talks with, Cowherd just...
It's just comedy, man. Because you know what? He's scared. He's taking shots at me because he's scared. Because the expectations are high for the Rams. Because, like you and I spoke about, the NFL Network is hyping them, super hyping them, and putting them on that pedestal. So when they don't reach that,
I'm just gonna say, see, I told you so.
Yep.
Next.
They do that. They usually do that to the Hawks every year. I guess they finally got it figured out. You know, we said the Hawks were going to possibly win the NFC and most likely go to the Super Bowl. We've said that 4 years in a row. I guess we won't do that
I
this
think
year.
you guys are getting disrespected because
We
the
do.
49ers got that same defense they had
Yep.
2 years ago. It's the same, minus a couple pieces.
Mm-hmm. And
NFL Network is putting them on their pedestal. Well, good luck with that, because I already know what's going to happen.
there is something, and other teams, people have noticed, the 49ers do get, even when we're looking good, even the year 2019, teams, Stephen A. Smith finally, in about week 12, well, I'm going to go ahead and give it to porn star Jimmy and the 49ers. I got him ranked this week at number 2. I think, he did have one week where he ranked in the power rankings. He did have the 49ers ranked at number 1. But you could tell it just bothered him so much. Power rankings have never been friendly to the 49ers. I always laugh. Okay, well, you know what? That's fine. I think that's locker room material. Photoshop it, shoot it. I mean, and hang it up on the walls. And let everybody walk by. 49ers are ranked number 3. What? Well, who's ranked in front of us? The Hawks and the Patriots. Oh, no. You know, it's just...
I'm going to take a quote from the great Bobby Bowden, because I'm a Florida State fan. He said, this game will be and always will be about blocking and tackling.
Yep.
You're either better than that man in front of you or he's better than you every play.
Tony, every coach in high school since that's been said makes that his opening statement to freshmen. And when as soon as you come up, ninth graders and up, that's the first thing you say. So, because you know what? As a football player, especially as a kid, your mind complicates the game way too much. And you start to overthink things, and that's the point, right?
Exactly.
There. Love it.
Yeah, coaches want you to play. They don't want you to think about it. They want you to play. That's why you have practice. That's why you have reps over and over again.
And it takes a certain amount of reps to get good. That's the bottom line.
And it was something that Rudy said, too, Ronbo. You caught it. He said, we Hollywood. We get y'all Hollywood. Exactly. It's mentally. Aaron Donald doesn't think that way, Hollywood, even though he's there. But y'all don't have a team of Aaron Donalds.
Sure don't. And
we're going to find out.
Yeah. And you know something else? I don't know, Tony. How many teams have bought a championship? Okay, the Rams did in 2018. They finally landed themselves in the Super Bowl through a bad call in the NFC Championship against the New Orleans Saints. Now, the thing is, they did get at least that far by having went out and paid all the money they had and picked up a lot of people to come in and play. So, I still think you've got to build your team from the draft for the most part and add a couple of superstars when you can. But trying to put them from top to bottom, it's not going to work.
Yeah, I'm looking at them right now, Ronbo, and my Alphons. They lost Josh Reynolds, their number 3 receiver. He's with Tennessee. He's the number 3 behind Julio and A.J. Brown now.
Damn, I didn't know they lost Reynolds.
Yep, they lost Gerald Everett, that tight end. He's with Seattle now. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. That's not – I got respect for him, too.
They lost their center, Austin Blythe, to free agency to Kansas City. Their center.
That's serious.
I knew they lost Michael Brockers, their defensive tackle, the guy that played next to Aaron and Donald.
And made Aaron mad, too. Yeah.
Yeah, he went to Detroit. So those replacements aren't going to be easy to replace. Their offensive line already is, I like to say in the comment section, garbage. And now they just lost the center. So he's got a right to – he can come and attack me, and that just tells me he's sweating. He's sweating bullets.
You guys got the Rams on your schedule this year?
I wish we did. I wish we did. We do not play the Rams this year.
Oh, God. Well, we get to have fun with the Rams. They're the guys we get to play every year, and they don't do well with us, so we'll beat them up for you. But Tony, I'm going to let you get back to the family. And listen, Tony, we'll see you tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow night.
Yes, sir, and happy Father's Day to you and your
No,
family also.
thanks,
and
fam.
I'm going to get back to the because I put a couple comments in the comment section when he was talking, and I'm going to get back to the comment section. I can't, like you said about Texas boy, he's hiding from us, Ron.
Well, as I said, there's no point in him. He's blocked everybody. So who's going to talk to? He can't see anybody.
Oh, so you're saying Texas boy is into his feelings?
Yes, badly.
Obviously.
All right, Tony. I'll see you tomorrow.
Well, good talking to you, sir.
I
All right, I'll
always
see you.
appreciate you. All right. Night, Tony.
Peace, sir.
And there's John says, shout out to Atlanta, Tony. Hey, John. I mean, Tony, shout out to you from John. The 49ers Ultimate Report. Tommy Huxley says, little show was a big snooze. Goodbye, guys. Big old show. I like show a lot. Hey, Jay. Guys, thanks for those contributions, though. Hey, Jay. Jay. Did Jay do it again? That doesn't sound like snoring, though. Unless he fell asleep with his water pipe sitting next to him. Let's just go to sleep whistling. Jay? Okay. Lullaby and good night to Jay.
Every time. Every time. Every time.
I'm worried about him, Norm. But Norm,
every time.
Let us segue to
every
Norman.
time. Hey, wake up, Jay. It's Niners all day. So, Ronbo, since I'm here on display, what do we have to say?
Yes.
This is your time to talk about, like, I mean, I need to know what is the topic.
Hey, Norm, you know this is part 2 of looking at breakout players. And Norm, all that does is reflect upon the fact that this team may have a percentage of players that will be playing crazy ball. Because first of all, the embarrassment from last year is going to motivate a lot of people. The fact that we have 34 players that are going to be looking for a contract next year. These are elements that are going to bring the heat.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
First and foremost, let's talk about a breakout fans right here. You know what I'm saying? I just converted my wife. Well, my wife is converting herself to be a Niners fan. So she don't even watch football. And her dad was a Buccaneers fan. Her dad was a Buccaneers fan.
Right. She went along
so
with that.
shout out to Anthony Chamberlain Sr. You feel me? But so breakout players though. Yeah. And shout out to the Buccaneers. And I want to talk about, speaking of the Buccaneers, I know these Niners are nothing like them. We're nothing like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But since Steve Young came from Tampa Bay, and that was the last quarterback that won the Super Bowl for us, I got to give a shout out to them. So breakout players, okay? The obvious for me has to be Jimmy G. So this is why I say Jimmy G. And I know a lot of fans going to be looking at me like, why you say Jimmy G and you only talk about Trey Lance this season? Well, this is why. Because of Trey Lance. Jimmy G needs to break out for Trey Lance.
Set an example. Yes.
He needs to be that leadership. When Jimmy G came in the league, who did he have under his belt?
Big Tom.
So Jimmy G needs to step his game way up so that Trey Lance can have a leader in that quarterback room that he can look up to. It's like one thing to be a rookie to have the pressure on you to be like, man, I got to step up and be the leader when I don't have an example to go off of. Jimmy G needs to be that guy. Feel me? I don't care how nobody feels about Jimmy G right now at this point. It's his opportunity to step up and really be somebody to where, you know what I'm saying, you have that on your resume. And no matter where you go from there, you can go far and you can get the deal that you want when people see that you have those leadership capabilities. So Jimmy G, you better use that capabilities you used in that girl to make you tap out. You need to make these opposing defenses tap out the same way. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, and
okay,
so the thing about that is G carries himself in a professional fashion. You can tell from the words he's saying and the interviews he's been in. You can bet your last
he felt
money
every
that's
emotion.
exactly
He felt
what
every
he's gonna
emotion
do.
from the season. I just want to tell fans this way: Jimmy G felt every emotion from all the talks, all that. You need to carry that and that guy needs to carry that into the season so he can help Trey Lance get through these things too. Because you know Trey Lance goes through the same things. Come on now. Okay,
Growing pains are going to be a biatch, because people understand it ain't easy to come from college, especially his background, and just jump into the NFL and dominate. Not going to happen. Not going to happen.
So I'm done with the quarterback position. I really am. I'm done with the quarterback position because there's so much more on this team that has to offer. Like the secondary. Let's talk about these Oh no, I forgot. I slept on. Remember last time I talked about slept on rooms? The most slept on room is the wide receiver room. I swear to God. And I didn't bring that up.
Okay. How come?
Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Mohamed Sanu, Juwan Jennings, Jalen Hurd.
Ooh,
I know that's like Jalen Hurd was one of them guys that was like, okay, we see him in the preseason pop, didn't get hurt. And then we don't see this guy. But then like this offseason, everybody's like, why didn't we get Julio Jones? Why didn't we get whoop-de-whoop and wop-de-wop? And I'm like, maybe the wide receiver room feels confident enough in who they have with the hurdles that Brandon Ayuk did and the get your stupid ass off me that Deebo Samuel does. But we never seen what Jalen Hurd does. Maybe he's the one that be getting hops on people, that be getting the ball up on folk.
Dropping
strong on the football. And these are things I've been waiting to see from Jalen Hurd. That's a breakout player I want to see is Jalen Hurd and Juwan Jennings, them wide receivers.
Tell you. One of them.
Oh my God. Please. Oh my mama. I'm tired of everybody talking about, we're going to be a run game this year. We're going to be run this. It's defense is one. But our receiving core is being slept on. And George Kittle is a big part of that.
Yep.
Ross Dwelly is a big part of that.
Yeah.
Kyle Juszczyk is a big part of that.
Yeah.
And our running backs are a big part of that. You don't think Elijah Mitchell ain't gonna be a part of our wide receiver core? Come on, bro. Jimmy G gonna get hella yard, but it's just like whoever the quarterback is, Trey Lance and Jimmy G, they gonna have. I hate to say this to y'all because y'all Niner fans gonna be mad at me. You still root for Jimmy G? No, I'm rooting for every 49er that has on a uniform.
Word.
Stop playing with us, bro. Everybody, we need everybody to get out there and do what they do.
That's right.
And y'all talking about y'all want Jimmy G to fall. How many games do you want these Niners to lose this season for y'all to get what y'all want? Stop playing with us, bro. We need dubs. Stop playing with us. It don't matter who takes us to the Super Bowl. As long as we get there and get what we need done, despite the last 2 times we went there and put a smut on our record.
No, we cannot have a third loss. We cannot have a
in
third
a row.
loss.
In a row. After 5 in a row, then you get 3 in a row. That's ugly, bro. You need to get 1 dub after this. If Jimmy G does it, if Jimmy G has the gall to take us at least through the regular season and then Trey Lance come in and do what Nick Foles did with the Eagles, who cares?
You mean, hey, you know what though? I can guarantee if Jimmy ever gets back that Super Bowl, you'll never see what happened last time. That's the kind of bitterness. You'll die before you let that happen.
Because he will put Trey Lance in there with him to make sure that it doesn't happen again. Do you fans understand the mindset that I have? No, you don't. Because you're calling it a genjutsu. Jimmy G will put Trey Lance in the game so that they can avoid what happened in Super Bowl 54. Jimmy J will be like, hey, look, Kyle, can we both go in there? Can we both go? Okay, put me in on this part of the drive. Then when we get to the 35, put Trey Lance on from the 35 to the 43. And then when we get to the 43, we both gonna get in there and surprise these fools. I'm saying too much.
Year.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm on drugs. I don't know. Maybe I'm on drugs. Maybe I'm a Jimmy G lover. I don't know. Maybe I've been too busy converting my wife to a Niners fan that I've just not seen everything. But y'all have great opinions. Everybody on this group has great opinions. And I'm pretty sure John Lynch has listened to all this stuff.
I wonder what they listen to, actually.
His hairline. His hairline says everything.
We're gonna get to that. You haven't said anything about that in a while. We're gonna go. Let me see you tomorrow, Norm. Always love.
All right, man. See you on Monday. Shout out to Ronbo. Oh, and happy Father's Day to all the Dad Niner fans. And please convert your kids. I just want to say one thing. Your mama said don't let your babies grow up to be Cowboys fans. All right. And that's all I gotta say. And it's Niners all day.
Yo, Norm.
Yeah.
Mama, that's what Bill forgot to do. I should have sang that song myself. Norm called it. Good call. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Jerry Jones. I can see Jerry sitting in the place having a restaurant and somebody plays that song. Because I know I would go to find a chicken box. Yeah, right over there. Click. Willie Nelson. Pop. Hey, Ramsey Loaded and Stafford is ready to roll. Rudy, just a contribution and no words of Rudy Witt? I'm shocked. Well, thanks, Rudy. Rudy has nothing more to say. Just let the contribution. Russo got on him a minute. No, Russo said to the other people that are running around here saying, listen, Rudy has paid his dues. The other people have no right to say a thing. Good call, Russo. Russo! Come on in, man.
What's up, Ronbo? Happy Father's Day, my guy.
Thanks, Russo. To you and your family, happy Daddy Day. Russo, man, it's like I did a part two because as weeks go by, I said, you know what? And some other people point out some names I had overlooked as well. I had never actually entertained the thought of Michael McGlinchey, but I forgot about Tomlinson. I forgot about Richie. Wasn't that you and I that talked about Richie not being very good on the block and probably why he gets limited calls? Also, Verrett is already an established pro. Emmanuel Mosley, that's a good call. Russell, who are we missing?
You said the name that I actually wanted to talk about, and I know some people have been throwing the name around a little bit. And to be honest, the guy.
Jay's going nuts today.
I guess the
Big Show's got him all fired up.
I guess the men's gay strip club closed.
Quiet, Russo, you.
Nice to see you, Jersey Joe.
Don't start.
Yeah,
that'll turn into a whole
I guess you got off work
fiasco.
early tonight. But
Good.
honestly, the guy that a lot of people kind of gave up on, and rightfully so. I'm not ready to give up on him quite yet, and it's Mike McGlinchey. And I have a few different reasons why.
Good.
Not only was the guy a first-round pick, he was a left tackle at Notre Dame. They transitioned to right tackle, right? So that's a bit of
true.
That's a bit of a transition. You're going from like being the men amongst boys at a dominating position to going to be a men against men at an inferior position.
And when you're not used to.
I don't think. Yeah, it's a bit of a process, and the thing is like he was showing flashes and then he regressed significantly last year. So that's a big cause for concern. And anybody who has anything negative to say about Mike McGlinchey, I really can't argue with you. But what I can do is I can say to you, have a seat, sit down, let's have a drink, and let me tell you why I believe that last year. You just need to forget about it. Okay, so first off, this entire country was in a global pandemic. Almost the entire world was in a global pandemic, right? So it's really hard to gauge a lot of these players. Like some guys excelled, and you can be, well, this guy was great, so that's no excuse. I agree, okay? But this guy was going in year 3, year 4, right? So some people, they start to get comfortable. They get set in their ways, and then you throw change at them. Not everybody handles change the same way, okay? And that's in any effect of life. But, on top of that, his right-hand man was Joe Staley, They took Joe Staley away from him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, you're dealing with no Joe Staley. So, when things are going good, Joe Staley's like, yo, bro, good job. This is what you like. You got that reinforcement, positive reinforcement. And when things are going bad, you don't got that Joe Staley to lift you up, right? So now you can get stuck in your ways. Trent Williams, the new dude in town, and he's just an animal. Trent Williams, I can't speak. I don't know too much about him. I know he's a great player. Everything I've heard, he's a great person. I've seen some interviews. He's very well spoken, and he's just clearly a physical specimen. But maybe he didn't take McGlinchey under his wing, right? Yeah. So there's that aspect of it. And then, from my knowledge, it sounds like the dude went vegan, right? So now all of a sudden, like, his diet has changed.
Did he really?
Yeah. So, like, there's a lot of change that happened for him coming off of Super Bowl, right? The Super Bowl defeat. You don't know if he was depressed after the Super Bowl loss. You don't know how people take things like that.
Yes.
Okay? So there's so many things that you don't really know. And I'm going to look at it and I'm going to say, you know what? You get one more chance. Some guys get 2 chances or 3 chances. Mike McGlinchey gets one more chance. And I really, he looks like he put some weight back on. So I'm assuming he changed his diet back up, which I cannot confirm. But it looks like he's in better football shape. You look at Joe Staley, look at Navarro Bowman. These guys, they're retired. They look like meat. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're in good shape, but they're not football shape. They're not. They lost 30, 40 pounds. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I ask everybody in the chat to don't slander Mike McGlinchey until we see him deserve to be slandered again. Let's just let's see what happens. And then another reason, this is really the main reason. So all those things that I said could easily derail someone's career, let alone in a short time span. But I'm looking at the amount of injuries that this 49ers offense suffered, in particular at the quarterback position, Jimmy Garoppolo, where Mike McGlinchey's strength is run blocking and working off of the play action, and we all know that, right? He's not the best on an island on the pass pro against an elite pass rusher, but not many players are. But specifically, he excels run blocking, play action, and when is the best opportunity to run the ball and use the play action? Is when you have the lead in the second half, in the second quarter, in the second half. And the problem was the Niners were playing catch-up the whole season. They were behind the whole season. When you're down 14 in the third and the fourth quarter, you're probably not going to run the ball and use the play action and stick to your normal offense. You're going to start chasing points. And that completely went against everything that Mike McGlinchey is good at, which isn't really an excuse. He's a starting tackle, and I'm not trying to make an excuse. But what I'm saying is I think you're going to see the Niners playing from ahead more often than not, and I think it's going to play into Mike McGlinchey's strengths more often than not, which could possibly help develop him in pass protection as a whole.
That is solid reasoning. That's not an excuse. That is solid reasoning. That's why I always look at quarterbacks with all these stats. Well, hell, they were playing from behind the entire game, so all they were doing was lofting up long bombs. So if they caught a couple, that's what happened. Exactly. Same thing applies.
Exactly. Look at Dak Prescott. The dude's down 21 every game, and yeah, he's a great fantasy football quarterback, but why does Dallas go 8-8 every game, every year?
I mean,
you know what I mean? So
absolutely.
So it might be a little far fetched, and maybe I'm just being whatever the word is. But I honestly still believe in Mike McGlinchey. I don't think he'll ever be a perennial Pro Bowl type of player, but I think he's going to deserve a second contract from San Fran, even if it's just like maybe a 2-year deal to where they're like, okay, we believe in you. We've seen the progress. We like what you're doing. I believe that Mike McGlinchey will get a second contract, unlike someone like a Solomon Thomas, where they declined the 5th-year option and then they let him go to the Raiders. I don't think that's going to be the case with Mike McGlinchey.
That's true.
Yes, exactly.
So, yeah. Kyle loves him. I mean, Kyle's not good at BSing. Kyle spoke about Mike McGlinchey every time people ask him, because everybody was asking about Mike every week. And Kyle quickly, big smile on his face, and he said nothing but good things. So,
Yeah.
He
may see
we
the same
can't all
things that
say
you're
nothing but good things. We can't all say nothing but good things, and he deserves some of what he's done. Right? He hasn't played great. He deserves, all the, the slander that he gets online sometimes. But it's everybody it's just so easy to be like, you get paid millions of dollars, be better at football, and you don't really, you kind of remove yourself from the human element of things, and you don't really encounter what they're going through and stuff like that. And I kind of,
to a sense, I kind of give people a pass for last year, and the Niners specifically, because, you know, all these injuries, you're dealing with COVID. They kicked us out of our fucking stadium, excuse my language. They made us play our home games in Arizona.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have a home game the whole second half of the year. Like, I mean, what do you really expect from a team or a player?
Arizona refugees. I mean, it was embarrassing. I can't believe Santa Clara administrators actually did that. Anyway.
It was so unfair. Like, I understand you can be like, oh, stop crying and complaining. It's football. It's really, really unfair to a team to get like 5 home games versus a team getting 8 home games. Like, that's a really big deal. It really
is. And those are going to play into it. Russo, awesome stuff. Guys, Russo, SF49, as you can see, Russo knows this game. Check him out. Russo, we're going to go. Listen, I'm going to see you tomorrow.
Right,
I'm going to get on over your channel definitely so I can bookmark you. All right? So.
All right, and happy Father's Day to everybody in the chat, all the Niner faithful, everybody that supports Ronbo's channel. Everybody hit the like real quick for this man. You see what he does for us all the time. He brings us all together and brings joy into our life. So hit the like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later, bro.
Appreciate you, fam. Talk to you later is right. All right. Night, Russo. How's Russo?
Hey, Ronbo.
Uh-oh, here
Ronbo.
it is. Yes.
Can I have permission? I just want to get permission from you before I say anything to come in real quick. I'm sending you some super chats, but they're not posting my text for some reason. That's why.
They're not posting your what?
The text that I'm typing in is not showing up on the board. It shows my $5. So I was like, damn, Robo didn't want to hear nothing.
I didn't do it. I was what? Didn't you hear me say? No. Rudy's making contributions.
It's probably because of my phone. My phone's almost dead. But I just wanted to rebut if I get permission from you, Rombo.
Well, in
I just want to rebut.
Okay, go ahead. Rudy's posting up.
Okay, thank you.
And his text.
Okay,
I guess
thank you, Rombo.
There must be administrators that are 49er fans at YouTube.
That's why they're blank. But I just want to rebut Tony. You know, Tony's a good fan, I'm sure, but he remembers when the Falcons were in the NFC West. You know, we used to smack them around. They were perennial basement dwellers, but. I wanted to tell him this. He was talking about the players we lost. Now, you know, we hate to lose players. It's the way it goes. You know, when you get good, you just got to start losing guys when they want to get big contracts. You know, but he forgets we have Tyler Higbee at tight end. We have the phenomenal Jacob Harris, who runs a 4.3. You looked up 4.39, 6'5" monster. We have Tutu Atwell, Woods Cup. We got a nurse Deshaun Jackson. You know, we're gonna have to use him as a decoy half the time, but Atwell's there to replace him. You know, Van Jefferson's gonna come on, and then we have a budding star running back, Kyle Bell running back in Akers, and then on defense we got Darius Williams, who made that pick 6 against Russell in the playoffs. He's back there with Jalen Ramsey locking people down. We got Floyd and Donald in there. We're gonna be fine, but you know, meanwhile the Falcons will be in last place again, and he'll be looking up at us, and I gotta believe. You know, I got to tell you, I wish we were playing the Falcons this year, too, because he'd even get it even more with that roster they have over there. Giving away Julio Jones, their best receiver. He should have retired a Falcon. But anyway, I just want to let that be known, Rombo. I appreciate you letting me come in. And props to everybody. Have a good night. I'm over here at my dad's over here barbecuing, and we're having some shots in the name of Rombo. And my boy Tommy Huxley and Don Lovato. And Russo, you better have my $100 ready, man. We got that bet. So anyway, have a good one, Rombo. Thank you for letting me come in again, and take care.
Okay, Rudy. And Russo, nice to all right. Hey, get back and enjoy your barbecue, man. All right, Rudy. Good night.
Thank you, Rombo.
And Russo can feel good about. I have a feeling if Rudy loses, he'll pay. Russo had been stood up. I won't mention the name by people who made bets and didn't want to pay. Hey, Joey. Not the Joey Mahoney, yeah, down in Dubai, ooh, yeah, Joey Mahoney. Joey, is that you? It'd be funny. Somebody's gonna call in one name named Joey, and production's gonna let me do that, and the guy's gonna say, "What?" Joey.
Yeah.
To what do we owe this honor to?
What's going on, Rombo?
Man, we just...
Man, I've been busy, man. I haven't been able to call you, so
yeah.
I do apologize.
We'll accept that apology. Happy Father's Day. Joey, man, we're looking at breakout bodies, man. Yeah, I don't know if you've been listening tonight, but we've named a lot of people. I'm wondering, is there anybody left to mention? If you have, Joey, then please, everybody's been notified. Do not say anything bad about Michael Glitchy. I'm actually a Michael Glitchy advocate now. Russo just pointed out some of the reasons why that Michael Glitchy might be stumbling about in some ways. But I agree. And, yeah. But, Joey, let me stop. Go ahead. Joey, are you the
I don't know if you call it a. I don't know if you call it a breakout, but there's two people that I'm curious to see, and they're both rookies.
Yeah.
And the first one is Aaron Banks. I'm very curious to see what Aaron Banks can do, and how good he can help the offense. Yeah,
big dude. I understand he can move quick.
Yeah. He would be up there, and also Trey Sermon.
Mostert. You know what though?
Yeah.
Joey, with them being rookies though, well, okay. You know what? Let's make rookies eligible for breakout because we don't have anything to go by.
You never know.
I mean, we don't know what they look like. We don't have any 1 year for them to look at, and then if they go above that. But you know what? Let's say they broke out from school, came right in and hit the ceiling. Maybe. All right. Sermon looks good in practice, though.
For me, the my favorite offensive player on our team is Brandon Ayuk. So, I mean, I could see him if, he almost had 1,000 yards last season and he missed 4 games.
I know, right?
So,
my God, and three different quarterbacks.
And I think 2 of the games were due to COVID. If you remember last year, I think one game, I think it was Bourne or Debo got COVID, and I guess by default, the league says that all our receivers couldn't play because of it.
I mean, we had 2 guys.
That was the game. That was
Taylor and him. Yeah, Richie James.
Yeah, Richie James and Trent Taylor, and that was Kevin White and a bunch of nobodies. That was that game.
And they didn't even let Kevin White play.
And that was. No, he was out there for like 2 plays. I've seen him out there for like 2 plays.
I don't remember. Was he blocking?
He was just, I don't know. He
on
was,
the field.
I don't know.
They don't.
He was on the field. He was on the field. But man, that sucks. He was really good coming out of college. I don't know what happened.
I wanted to draft him so bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's had injuries every year.
But
too.
yeah, him. Another guy though, on the defense is, I'm hoping, cross my fingers that he stays healthy. But Nick Bosa.
Yeah, I know, right? Bosa, can you imagine though, Joey? Can you imagine Bosa going up another level? I keep thinking about that. God, Jesus Christ! If Bosa gets any better, my God,
right?
Guy's already a beast. But I'd love to see him bust out another level up. What would that look like? Okay, put him on the list.
Look like an all-pro. 20
Yeah.
sacks. That's what it'll look like.
Absolutely. Probably could have made it last year. He wasn't he defensive rookie of the year. I guess that's all he's eligible for in his rookie year. But how many rookies have gone to the Pro Bowl?
Who are your picks as far as breakout?
Jimmy Ward. Jimmy Ward's another guy that's always on the fringe of being a Pro Bowler, but never gets there. So I figure he's going into his 3rd year of not being injured. Let's see if he does it this year because he's got a new role this year. They want to be a little more responsible for the rest of the guys on the team. And like he says, I can be an a-hole. So he's going to have to be the a-hole this year and do a good job and set examples. Also got Ross Dwelly. I'm looking for Dwelly to be the guy this year that nobody expected, and he bust out the next level. And DJ Jones. Those are my 3 guys.
Well, I would say Jimmy Ward too, but the thing is with him is I always get disappointed. He gets no interceptions. Him or Tart.
I pointed that out.
I feel like they never get interceptions. Like if you look at their stats, like it's a bunch of 0s and 1s their whole career. Like, come on, like you telling me if you're playing 16 now, 17 games, you can't get a couple? Come on.
At least. And that's what he's got to overcome. And that's what's going to get him to that next level. Start picking some of that stuff off. You know?
Hey, the ball's in the air. Before, a lot of people would say, oh, well, if you're not getting picked, that means you're doing your job well. Yeah, but also the ball's in the air. You could also turn your head and look where the ball's at and make a couple interceptions.
And Joey, from where he's standing, he's out in center field. He's seeing everything in front of him. So you know what?
Right.
You're supposed to be Malik Hookers and those kind of guys. Earl Thomas, you got to make plays. You know that's why
Malik Hooker's available.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know that, right?
Trey
would be all over that one. If we got, that was Trey's guy.
You know, so that's what I'm saying. These guys got to make plays back there. You're right in position to make them. Right. That's why Richard Sherman playing safety. When people start saying, "Oh man, we don't want Sherman," I think maybe Sherman could resurrect his career for a couple more years playing safety. That dude knows where to go, and you put him back there where he can see everything even more clear. Sherman could be an all-pro safety.
Would you sign Richard Sherman real quick before I get out of here? Would you sign him back or
because he wants to play safety anyway. It would be hard. I'd be arguing with everybody in the front office. It would be hard for me to say no.
Okay, I'll get off. Okay.
Joey, are you getting yelled at?
I am. I'm at the laundromat. My clothes are done, and they want to go. So.
All right, Joey. Hey, good to hear from you. Okay,
I gotta go, man.
So next time we can pick up that conversation and get back on what we're going to do with Sherman and safety. All right. Happy Father's Day, Joey. Take care. Coach. Look at Coach. There's a name. Hufanga and Jefferson can get turnovers. Just wait. See, he's right. Thomas has lost a step. I forgot we signed him. We'll see. He's got to get through camp though, right? That has been apparent, and you're right. He's been a ball hog. That broken leg hurt him and his longevity. Sherman would be the ideal. You think about Sherman, and there's a guy that has a radar that most players don't have or possess. You put him out in center field, you're going to make it awfully tough for a quarterback. Sherman has that depth of thinking that he knows before that quarterback throws that ball where it's going. So speed, forget about it. Sherman's already on his way over there. He's like, when Arnold Schwarzenegger was the Terminator, he's got that readout going in front of him with all the information, reading out. Quarterback's leaning to his left. He's leaning back far to his left. He has no other choice. Move to your right, starting now. Sherm's going over there and makes the play. And you were sitting there. Sherm came and covered enough real estate for a guy 4'2" not to get there. How the hell did he make that play? We knew where it was going to begin with. Remember, this is the guy that used to run routes for receivers. Also, when he first came to camp, he was telling Jimmy G, yo, man, every time you do this, or this, I know exactly where you're going. He'd pick Jimmy off a few times in camp. Jimmy learned from that. Don't be doing no facial expressions, no tweaks, no twitches. Throw the damn ball. That's the best thing you can do for cornerbacks that read every last thing you're doing. Now, you put that guy out in center field. My God. Hey, Brett 125. You lost 4 times to Jimmy G, Rudy. Enough! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Rudy's got the thickest skin I've ever seen. Those kind of things don't affect him. You could be at his barbecue right now saying, Rudy, do you really think you have a chance of beating the 49ers next year? Well, we made some changes on our roster, and I think some of the things that have taken place have pretty much been kind of flukes. I don't see that, just one of those things. Rudy will explain it to you, I promise. Brock O'Knight and Rudy had Breakout when he broke out the... I won't finish. JJ, thanks for the contributions, guys. God, be killing me. Boy, that's why I love coming in. I can't wait till tomorrow night, guys. Let's get together again. Rudy and Tony, that was fun stuff. And then, of course, you have Bill, who came out and helped with Norm's song. 3, 2, 1. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Let them be lawyers and doctors and pimps, but anything but a cowboy. Fam, let me get out of here with all this foolishness. See you tomorrow. Fam, happy Father's Day to every dad. And just go to sleep with nothing but sweet red and gold dreams. Thanks for the contribution tonight, fam. Nana!